Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool, city lights shining so bright. Fine dining nights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
Top of the morning, YouTube. Fresh start, fresh day. Yeah, and to the East Coast time, happy afternoon. But today we're going to break this down. Because Princella, see, all you got to do is let the women talk. The one right that they're going to exercise is the freedom of speech. You ain't never got to, arguing about, hey, be quiet. They gonna talk. And these women, what they're doing is they're telling the truth. Because they're no longer afraid to be without men. Women think that they really don't need men. They like to have them around for whatever it is, but if that man doesn't meet their qualifications, then shit. Women will suffer in silence to prove a point that they don't need men. They will get a dildo. They will get all kind of toys and stuff like that to satisfy themselves, to prove that they don't need men. Even because the fact of the matter is they want men. It is a truth. You don't need us, but you want us. And that's the battle, right? The lust, the temptation of lust. Wanting and looking at a good-looking man that you're attracted to is tough, right? There's a lot of men out here, and you're going outside, you're going to work, you're going to grocery shopping, and you're seeing a lot of attractive men. So it's very difficult. It gets times when you go home and you're like, whoa, But the fact of the matter is, that's just a lustful thing. She doesn't like us. She doesn't like you. She doesn't like your character. She doesn't like your personality. She doesn't like how you think, though. And that's where, men and women in disconnect. Women don't agree with us the way we think and the way we are. And so this is why they have so many high demands. This is why they only want men for what they can get from men. Fact of the matter is, and we all know that as time is going on, women are learning that the more meaner they are to men, the more they show disdain for men, the more men acquiesce. And I don't get it, right? I don't get it. Why are we begging to try to fix a broken record? If she say she don't like you, then you got to keep it pushing. And what I mean by that, is not necessarily stop messing with women, but you got to stop trying to marry them. Got to stop trying to be in these long-term relationships. You got to treat them like they want to be treated. They want to be treated like hoes. They want to be treated like business entrepreneurs. They want to be treated like, you're equal. Right? They're competing with you. Women are competing with men. And, usually people you compete with, you don't like. That's just the fact of the matter. And how do we reconcile this? How do we reconcile as men? Or how do we quantify this as men? There's a better word for a better lack of terms. How do we quantify that these women are saying they don't like us? How do we look at that? Meaning they'll have sex with us, they'll have conversations with us, they even share a home with us. But you got to look at how do you progress to that, right? How do you progress to these things? And largely, these things cost men, right? In a large scale, she's basically charging you, right? She's charging you a fee, right? You can't, maybe a little bit in high school you might get a little bit of free, but once you become an adult, when you go out with these women, they're basically charging a fee to spend time with them and to court them and vet them. Because in essence, right, women are users. They use you. So the Queenmaker, she's going to break it down, and we're going to break this video down. We're going to look at it for what it is. And I'm not going to add nothing to it or take away.
However, most people are in relationships with liars. And she don't care about what you going through, what you thinking, how you feel, as long as you serving her. That's where this thing.
As long as you serving her. She don't care about your feelings, about none of that. Let me take you back a little bit more.
And said the exact same thing you just said. They would label him misogynistic.
Of course they would, because like I said before, women don't listen to men. Women think that men were created to serve them.
Let's let that set in. Let that settle in for a little bit. Let that settle in. And Queenmaker has a large following. And she's breaking the sister code. Right? This is supposed to be a secret. But even though she's exposing their secret, men still don't believe that women think like this. They don't think women think like this. They don't think women would even have these type of assessments. They really think that woman that they're liking or that they've been with for so many years is truly in love with them for who they truly are. Right? But I kind of have to say that's not so good, right? Because most relationships are going to end. And I say all relationships are toxic. I believe every relationship has a form of toxicity, and that's why we can get the assessment to see where is the toxicity coming from, right? Is the toxicity coming from either y'all don't like each other, or one don't like each other, or is it toxicity because there is a conflict of interest? We have to look at it from the thing. Why is these relationships failing at the rate they are? Why are the marriages failing or in unhealthy state as they are, right? Why are these things happening? That's what we got to look at. When we just say, well, what's wrong? Why are people messing up? Why are people leaving each other? Why are women leaving their men more than men leaving their women? There has to be an explanation. It just can't be she's leaving just because she's leaving. She's leaving because obviously there's some reason, something that she's not getting out of it. There has to be something you're not doing. Meaning, if women are with men only for men to serve them, then she doesn't respect you.
So if you ain't serving them, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say, because at the end of the day, women think that we need to teach males to do this. Women want men to be women. Women want society to transform a male into a female. Women hate women. Women hate each other. But they want to get a man and then make him embody all of the characteristics of a woman.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's just confusing.
So it all makes sense. Trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, wanting your cake and eat it too. I think all of that had everything to do with women. Coming up with these sayings had everything to do with trying to figure out what a woman wants, because women want it all. And that's how marketing has been directed to women, to give women the illusion that you can have it all. To even think that you can have it all, that is a sign of narcissism. It's a sign of greed. Women want the world to revolve around them, each and every last woman. Women want their own man. They don't want to share the men, even though that is.
And that right there, women don't want to share the men. Men take that as, she loves me. She's in love with me. Right? And the guy's like, oh shit, okay. She picked me. I feel special. Right? That nigga feel special. He like, oh yeah, I got the right one. She into me. Right? She doesn't want me having dealing with no other girls, because she want me for herself. And this is a happy illusion, right? And even it made me feel a certain type of way, right? A woman, you talk to a woman, then she like, okay, you're the one. And I felt like, oh shit, I hit the jackpot. I hit the lottery. Until, a year in, I'm like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? And I'm like, wondering, like, how could this go so wrong? She picked me, everything was going good the first 90 days or so. We were friends for a year even before that, right? We were totally good friends. And the moment we committed to each other, right? So I said 90 days, we had we were dancing still. And then after that, it just became, she wanted to run a relationship. And this is why we have to, I didn't understand it then, now I understand it now. That a woman, she's looking for me to be her slave, her sex slave, a slave to her emotions, her slave trade ideologies. And I'm like, me, I'm a strong personality, so that's why we were bumping heads, because I have my own, I was standing on my own set of principles. And this is why a lot of arguments came, because she was trying to, force or enforce certain things, and I wasn't going for it. And this is why we're going to run this back.
But why do you desire what you desire? Right? See, the men will agree with that, but they won't agree with women actually closing their legs. See, they don't agree with the abortion thing. Okay. The part that I see the problem with is, if you're not making exceptions for incest, rape, and all of this, you're giving men a pass to do whatever they want to do with no consequence. That's on one side of the equation. But then the other side of the equation, which is where I've been teaching, I'm teaching you the nature of men. And I done showed you what men are about. So the onus is on you to close your legs. But see, women have a problem where they want to be whores. I'm coming to see. I see why men think the way they think about women. Women want to be whores.
And this is a fact. But us men, I guess we think not our girl, not my boo-boo. And we don't want to believe it. Right? And it just takes until it happens in a lot of cases. Now we're coming to find out that women cheat just as much, if not more, than men. Hey, ladies, Alex, welcome to the show. Y'all, you're on the trial. The Princella, she's breaking the sister code. I'm gonna take it back a little bit. So Lady Zyrax is here, so we can look at it again.
When you look at the state of just women, right? Because you got to think about this. Women don't care about male issues. And men are cracking right now. They under a whole lot of pressure, and nobody's listening to people like Jordan Peterson, the women specifically. Now the men listening to them, but you got Jordan Peterson out here saying stuff. You got Scott Galloway out here saying things. And these are all men's issues where men are on the brink of, just blowing up. And women they don't care. As a matter of fact, the women are doing things that are triggering these men to make things worse. And it's like nobody's hearing these males' issues. So men, as they see that women don't care about what's going on with them, and they steady pushing these philosophies, messing up the children, these different sexualities and all this, they see it as being illogical, which a lot of it is, right? And the women can't see clearly. The women can't even handle their own lives. They can't make good decisions for their own lives, let alone a country, okay? Then you have ratchet 304 type women endorsing.
That was a mistake.
That was a big mistake. Why are you getting entertainers, these types of entertainers at that, right, to speak to the demographic? That tells you the mentality of the demographic that you're appealing to, which the average person sees as delusional, reckless, and the problem in society. Do you think they're going to vote for you? That is, you know what I mean?
That's a good point.
And the crazy part about it, it worked. The Democrats took Megan Thee Stallion and a few more women, told them just go on stage and twerk. And Kamala, she just sits there and smiles. And it worked. The Democrats dominated in the minority department. They got 95% of black women and 80% of black men. It worked. 80% of the black vote is a success by any stretch of the imagination. It worked.
That's a good point. And I even heard like a podcast where some black men felt that it was almost disgraceful. Like this is what you think of us. That
Yes.
this is what you have to go do
Yes.
to get the black vote.
Yeah.
Versus just speaking to us like human beings.
But it worked. It fucking worked. Yeah, I like to, yeah, you're right, ladies. Don't, don't put me on blast like that. Of course I do. But, of course I do. But what they're speaking to is the election, ladies and Iraqs. Like, instead of the Democrats forming a reasonable arguments why we should vote for them, they just put up twerking to get the black vote. And it worked. They didn't get my vote. Now, if I was, let's say I was participating in that, ladies and Iraqs, that wouldn't have helped me vote for nobody, right? Doing that, because that's not telling me anything. But yeah, for entertainment purposes, if I come home, and my woman twerking on me, oh yeah, get to it. Get to it. But for a political, if I'm going to make a vote for the political of running of the country, where I see who's going to be the best suitor, I want to hear a list of things and context to those things, etc. And the Democrats literally just said, put the black queen up there, let her twerk, and a black man will follow. And it fucking worked. That's the even more crazy part about it. It worked.
Beings.
Because it is disrespectful. Because at the end of the day, just check out all of the presidents that wanted to appeal to black folks, and what did they do? It was all entertainment. Why did they like Clinton? Because Clinton was smoking weed and playing the saxophone, and he was getting head in the office.
Right.
Hot sauce in my bag swag. Dab on them. This all you gotta do. And so now you get this woman, when we are in a new age and things are getting really bad, and you up against Donald Trump, a white man, listen, you're gonna have to really show because at the end of the day, a man is a man, and they will choose a man before they choose a woman, especially when you keep showing that you have no logic and no rationale behind what you're doing, because the things that the people are having a problem with, you're showing to be exacerbating them. You're showing that you're gonna make this even worse. So now it's a lesser of two evils things. And they'll rather go with what they know as opposed to going with something that they see is gonna take them down the path they already are complaining about. They don't wanna go down.
Yes, man, that's deep. This whole election was strange. Do you think now that Trump is president, right? We just got to accept it. I don't know what side you land on. I'm not going to ask you that. But now that we're here,
women want their own man. They don't. For me, I didn't realize it was really this big of an issue for women. But women do throw stones and hide their hand. And they get to evade consequence by blaming it on men. And they get to get out of pregnancies. And it's so funny because women want to say that that birth control should be made for men. And I'm like, no, birth control was made for the right gender. Because see, that's your womb. You got the power to say no. But no, you want to have sex as recklessly as you want to. And that's not even your nature as a woman. That's the thing. See, the nature of a male is sex. His whole existence, biologically, is to fight to get opportunities. to pass his DNA across as many females as possible. That's his whole life goal on a biological level. The life goal.
Now, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. You know, it is part. Some men they ain't trying to have sex with all the type of women. They ain't doing that, right? So once again, us men, we're not a monolith. You know, a lot of men. Some men are gay. Come on now. So I don't think that that's a very true statement. I don't really agree with that, but I get her sentiments in this form that one of their purposes is to spread the seed. Well, duh. How else is the human race supposed to go forward? I mean, if you stop having babies, guess what happens? The world we're in eventually, right? One of the generations. So the babies come so that the world can keep running. Duh.
Goal of a female is not that. A female don't have to do all of that to get no sex, to pass her genes along. She don't have to. Her job is to pick quality. So she's supposed to be turning down most men, and she don't supposed to be open all season like that. But women.
Well, I don't know. I have to disagree with that too, because there's some women born to be whores or prostitutes.
Want to be open all season like that. They want to be able to have as much sex as they want to and act on their desires. This your desire. Your desire is to have sex. Your desire is to do this. So now that you want to do this and you invite a man to participate with you, it's now no longer your responsibility. You want to blame him for everything. But why do you desire what you desire? Right? See, the men will agree with that, but they won't agree with women actually closing their legs. See, they don't agree with the things that would lead the women to close their legs, which is the beginning of all of my teachings, to teach the truth about the male in order to get women to clank, clank.
But can we acknowledge if a man got up here and said the exact same thing you just said, they would label him misogynistic?
Of course they would, because like I said before, women don't listen to men. Women think that men were created to serve them. So if
bottom line is, this is the way women think. And Lady Zyrax is a clear example of that. She is the epitome of her man serving her, and she ain't gonna serve him back. So we see clearly that if a woman thinks you're here to serve her, that means she thinks she's the boss. And that means you're only as good as what she needs you to be, not what you want to be.
if you ain't serving them, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say, because at the end of the day, women think that this is we need to teach males to do this. Women want men to be women. Women want society to transform a male into a female. Women hate women. Women hate each other.
I do agree with that because they are very close knit with the LGBTQ community, right? The women and the gay men are linked forever. Even when I was going to high school, right? Even when I was going to high school, they always said all the gay dudes would be with the women. So yeah, that is true. That's why I see why they hang out with gay guys. I didn't know it before, now I know now.
But they want to get a man and then make him embody all of the characteristics of a woman.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's just confusing.
So it all makes sense. trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, wanting your cake and eat it too. I think all of that had everything to do with women. Coming up with these things had everything to do with trying to figure out what a woman wants, because women want it all. And that's how marketing has been directed to women, to give women the illusion that you can have it all. To even think that you can have it all, that is a sign of narcissism.
Bam. Zyrex, you're a narcissist.
It's a sign of greed. Women want the world to revolve around them.
So now I don't understand why y'all don't agree with Ruthless. Right? I don't know if y'all agree with Ruthless. When I tell y'all these women, they don't fuck with us like that. They only want men to serve them, not the other way around. So that means we have to accept the truth that when you're dating a woman and you're getting to know her, she's looking for you to be her slave. She's not looking for you to be, so she can be there for you and do all these things for you and make you feel. No, she's looking at you to serve her needs and wants, or what she thinks she needs, or what she thinks she wants. And the moment that you compromise that you don't go against that, she now, one or two things, she's going to make it be known that, hey, quit arguing with me and just do what I say, or I'm going to replace you and move on with my life. This is how women are moving. That's why the divorce rate is up there. That's why 800,000 divorces a year, women are replacing niggas every day.
Every last woman. Women want their own man. They don't want to share the men, even though that is the more logical way that things would actually work out. Women don't want to do that, even because that's not the nature of a man, to be stuck with one person. But the woman wants to stick that man to one person, which is her, which is to take men away from their own reality, make men go against their own nature, and trap him with her.
Right.
And she don't care about what you going through, what you thinking, how you feel, as long as you serving her.
And this is Queenmaker dropping the truth. Now, she is going against the sister code, right? You're not supposed to reveal this. But it is what it is, right? Now the cat's out the bag. And y'all think Ruthless is being doom and gloom. Oh, Ruthless, you doom and gloom. All you talk about is women, this and this. There's good women out here. When she's speaking for all women, she's saying universally, women want a man to serve them and their needs and their wants. She's saying this. She don't give a fuck about what we going through. She don't give a fuck about the way we think. The only way she might even pretend to listen to you if you're serving her the way she feels you need to be serving her. And let's keep it real. And sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes women want to leave their relationship so they can go beat 304s. But women don't like us in the way are constructed. They want us, and the reason why they deal with us is because of their sexual desire and power. And the moment that's compromised, their emotions and feelings say, hey, it's time to go.
That's where this thing, happy life, happy wife, happy life come
right.
from. It's total narcissism.
So wouldn't you say that? So wouldn't you say that men have been manipulated just as much as women have been?
Both sexes have been manipulated and sold a lie. Patriarchy, just because it's patriarchy, don't mean that men benefit from this. Actually, men are suffering a great deal from this, right? Women are suffering, and it's only a small few people that's making a boatload of money off of all this dysfunction, because this is dysfunctional. And both parties have been lied to, both the male and the female. And they both have unrealistic expectations of each other. But the reason why they stuck together is all because of sex. It's sex. And so men and women think they need to be together because of their sexual desire. But men and women are not compatible. They're opposites. If body...
Bam. Cook. Queenmaker Cook. We're opposites. Men and women, we don't get along. We don't fucking get along. We argue about dumb shit. Come on, man. This is so on power with the truth. But we as, I guess, people think that, oh, well, it's not every woman. So what happened? We keep regurgitating. We get rid of this woman, go get another woman. Get rid of this man, go get, so we keep thinking, which is the definition of insanity, that we're going to do the same thing with different women and get different results.
A imposes a force on body B imposes a force on body A that is equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. They're clashing.
But every now and then you'll see that couple, right? And I've experienced this now with my fiance, where they just click. It's like them two just belong together. You ever seen that couple where you're like, damn, they just are perfect for each other? So what is that, right?
Very, very rarely. I've only met one, and this was a white couple. And the thing about it is, like, it was like they could finish. It's almost like they was twins. Like it was almost like they was twins.
Right.
But with that, it has to be something totally of the mind. It's not of the body. It's not of the body. And a lot of people do not want people that don't fit their stereotypical idea of beauty, attraction, or anything, right? So that's a very, very, very rare occurrence.
I haven't seen it a lot either, but I have seen it.
When it comes to men and women, that's just very rare. So, you're always going to have your anomalies and exceptions to the rule, right? 10-year-olds are in the 5th grade, but that ain't saying that you don't see no 10-year-olds with no PhDs. But we're not looking at 10-year-olds with PhDs and then expecting every other 10-year-old to do it and be like, what's something wrong with you because you can't do it? I know a 10-year-old that got a double master's. Okay? Those are prodigies. That's what you call a prodigy. That's what you call an anomaly. Okay? Right? So yeah, you will have those, right? But the general rule is men and women ain't compatible. Oil and water don't mix, ain't never mixed. The problem is we trying to mix oil and water and force it to be together. So now you have this endless fight between men and women. And somebody gonna have to give up something. If the male gives up, if the male plays to the woman's rules, that male is gonna suffer. He's going to suffer. He's not going to feel free. He's gonna be forced to sleep with one woman. And we know, listen, I don't know nobody in here eating the same thing every single day. If you call yourself meal prepping, you're going to be bored with that shit about the third day. But
we're seeing the relationships evolve. We're seeing men have women and get married to another woman. We're seeing men and women that have open relationships. We're seeing people live non-traditional now.
Hold on, yeah. But these people are still not doing what they want to do. You'll have people that are open a relationship only because they don't want to lose the person. They still want to stay attached to them. So they'll agree to something that they really ain't rocking with, right? Just so that they can stay attached or keep that person in their life, right? So you might see people getting married, but the reason behind the marriage matters, right? So like, you got these content creators, all on this soft life stuff or whatever. And I just did a show yesterday because it's this chick that, she was trying to do this soft life, this, gold digging type of thing. And
Okay.
she called herself marrying this quote unquote high value dude that's supposed to be taking care of everything. Well, guess what happened? She found out that man was essaying her 2-year-old and 4-year-old daughter.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people getting married, but what you getting married for? And who are you marrying? People don't even know who they dealing with. These people don't understand. They do no study. No, people do not understand human psychology. And not only do they not understand human psychology, they don't even understand the psychology of the opposite sex that they're trying to be involved with. They don't understand the motivations behind people's actions, right? Because everybody's moving based on sexual desire. No stable relationship or partnership can be built on sex. If you build your house on quicksand, that's like building a house on quicksand. Building on sexual desire, listen, you're not finna.
So how else do you build your house? Right? I mean, sexual desire is the main reason that you guys are coming together. And then, the women, they want more on top to keep it together. But we understand, I mean, sexual desire is, to me, it is the starting point. It is the foundation that gets us to get to know each other better. Because once we're sexually compatible, now we try to mentally stabilize. But once again, the problem is the women expectations are so egregious. Because the reason why the expectations are so egregious, because they want the power. These are things you need to do, and it makes them feel, when you do all those things for them, it makes them feel in control. It makes them feel that they run it. That's why monogamy is a demand for the ultimate commitment. Because in their mind, you already paid for the dinners. You've already sexually satisfied them. You've already shown that you can acquiesce your compensation to please them. So the last part, that can they make you submit to their demand, right? Which is, don't have sex with no other women. Give up all your options. And there's some women out here saying, before you even talk to them, your options need to be gone. And I was like, crazy. That's wild. I mean, I don't even know you yet. I don't think a man should give up his option at least until 6 months to a year. I mean, because there's just no guarantees. You give up all your options and that shit don't work out. Now you got to get back out and build again. But once again, these women are demanding this and commanding this because niggas are compliant. They're demanding this and commanding this because they understand men would do anything to be with a lot of women. A lot of men would do anything to be with women. They even stop hanging out with their friends. Yeah, these women will take your life from you because they want you to serve them. Because they're not true. Listen, let's talk about this. If women really loved you for you, they wouldn't ask all the demands, right? They wouldn't be telling you, don't hang out with your friend, you didn't hang out with me, or pay all my bills. They would just, well, I'll pay my own bills. I can pay for my own dinner. No, I won't allow you to because I'm an adult. I have fought for these rights of equality. I have a job. I have access to money now. No, I will not allow you to pay for my dinner. You pay for your dinner, and I'll pay for my dinner. From the day one, if they really, really cared about you, they would never allow you because they making their own money. Oh no, I will not allow you to do this. I'm not going to ask you to do that. Or I'm not going to ask you to give up your options right now because I don't know if I'm going to like you in the end. I might change my mind. So keep your options. Keep fucking other girls until I realize that if, hey, if I want to be with you and me and you exclusive, I'll let you know. And if really, really cared about you, if they really, really cared about you, they would say, you know what? I'm going to take you as you are. I'm going to take you as you are. If you're a man that like to have multiple women, fine, I'm with you no matter what. Because I love you. Not who you fucking. And who you fucking ain't going to make me stop loving you. They wouldn't be talking about 50Ks of broke energy. Right? They wouldn't be divorcing so much. If women really cared about men, they would not be divorcing 800,000 times a year. It wouldn't be happy wife, happy life. But because they don't, that's why the happy wife, happy life. That's why they divorce and leave relationships so much. If you get with a woman, she's at 96, 97% going to leave you if you're not married. And if you're married, it's about 50%. But in a regular relationship, she's going to leave you. It's at about 97, 98%. She's going to break up with you. Because women, they only want the world to revolve around them. And whoever makes them feel that they're the queen that they think they are, the person that they think they are, that's who they're going to fuck with. So, for example, you've been her boyfriend for 3 years. Boom. But you fell off a little bit, right? You don't open doors as much. You don't, you start making her kind of do her own thing. Then here comes the guy she meets at her work. And he's selling her a dream. Oh, baby, I'll take care of you. Oh, no. Don't open your door. I got you. And then she realized, he realized my value. And my husband doesn't do this. And these how relationships end. When women get to comparing, my husband doesn't do that for me, or my man don't do that no more. He used to. He doesn't do this no more for me. He doesn't have the time to spend with me. Yeah, he works a lot of hours like he used to. So then this guy who's at her work, right? He has the time. They work together, damn it. And he got a little after time too. And she starts comparing. Where, hey, this guy serves me better. His nigga will serve me better. My man ain't serving me like he used to. He's still serving me, but not like the once he was. And this is the problem with taking the long-term deal of servitude, because it's hard to maintain serving someone at a high level when you're bringing all the money and when you're doing all the other things in life, right? And your woman's out here, she's talking to different men, she's meeting different people, and they're catering. And if she's really a bad bitch, boy, she's attacked probably every 2 to 3 minutes. Some guys tell her, oh, you're so beautiful, I'll do anything for you. And this is why women are pushing for service, because there's too many niggas ready to serve them. There's too many dudes ready to give them the fucking world, at least try to. So if she picks you, you have to master all them other niggas' energy, if not more. And this is where the conflict comes in. This is where it gets difficult, because it's hard to maintain that level of giving, because you have to do something for yourself. As a man, you have to be, you got to put yourself first sometime, at least 50% of the time. You can't make it all about her. The relationship can't be all about one person for the relationship to actually be healthy. It has to be about both of us for it to be healthy. But if it's about one person, it's unhealthy. What's up, Mello? What's up, Sugar Bum? Here you come. Here comes the queen. The queen. Yeah, we're gonna go back. We're gonna rewind this a little bit, and we're gonna let you know, right?
Because that's not the nature of a man. Million reasons why you have sex. You sleep, you jump from, okay? Then you have, and so I don't talk to men. I don't teach men nothing unless they genuinely want my help. Otherwise, I don't got nothing. And she don't care about what you going through. Women want society to transform a male into a female. Women hate women. Women hate each other. But they want to get a man and then make him embody all of the characteristics of a woman.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
Yes.
Nobody has to force them. They're wanting to do this. Because they, and this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Women are out here saying that, oh, you need to trick on me, you need to take me, and you need to spend this money. And I'm coming to realize, wait a minute, hold on. Ma'am, you want to screw him more than he want to screw you. You can't wait to give up the box. You have a million reasons why you have sex. You sleep, you jump from penis to penis just because you want to get revenge. Your way of getting revenge is to sleep with a man for free, another one. Your way of getting to try to prove that you better than another woman is to sleep with a man, to have sex. Your language is sex. If you want to take a flight, you have sex. If you want to get a promotion, you have sex. If you want to feel loved, you have sex. If you want attention, you have sex. But you want somebody to pay you for sex. No, the cost for sex is attention. That's all you need is attention and penis. Because if you tell a woman to close her legs and stop having sex, she'll act like you're trying to kill her. So the question now becomes, is why do you want to get paid for sex when that's all you want to do? That's how you communicate, through sex. Because this abortion thing, outside of the stuff that I already done said, this abortion thing wouldn't really be messing with you if you didn't want to have sex, if sex didn't rule your life. So now this is they're upset because they can't do what they want to do and now be held accountable and responsible for their life. Because see, women get to evade consequence. Women get to throw stones and hide their hand and then point the finger at men for everything. Women do not want to be held accountable. See, now this ain't never been me. Because see, I'm ex-military. I'm ex-military. I've been on my own practically all my life. So this accountability thing, this ain't never been no issue for me. I didn't realize it was really this big of an issue for women. But women do throw stones and hide their hand. And they get to evade consequence by blaming it on men. And they get to get out of pregnancies. And it's so funny because women want to say that that birth control should be made for.
And the crazy part about this is men blame men for women's behaviors. Not only women blame men, not only women throw stones and hide their hands, but then they have men come on these panels, men come in these spaces and say, you niggas need to be leaders. She's doing it because you're a bad leader. So not only do they have the support of themselves and other women to blame the men support this. Oh, well, Yeah, it was your fault. Choose better. You got to be, you should be more stoic, show more stoicism. The men joined the women in the battle against men. If she goes out and fuck 50 niggas, everybody gonna say, it's your fault. It's your fault, nigga. You should have been a better leader. You should have, I believe you weren't giving her what she want. Maybe you didn't give her enough time. But nigga, I gotta work 12 hours to bring the money in to take care of her ass. What's up, Lord ADS? Welcome to the show. Hit the like button, y'all. Share and subscribe. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. What's up, King's Picks? Welcome back. Yeah. And this is the fact that the women blame the men because she doesn't want to accept accountability. And then the men come and double down on it. And then she says, shit, I'm good. I'm Gucci. And this is why women treat men the way they treat men, because we let them get away with murder.
For men. And I'm like, no, birth control was made for the right gender. Because see, that's your womb. You got the power to say no. But no, you want to have sex as recklessly as you want to. And that's not even your nature as a woman. That's the thing. See, the nature of a male.
I do disagree with that. It is the nature of a woman to want to have sex. She likes to have sex too. I don't agree with that. Her nature is to want to have sex.
Is sex. His whole existence, biologically, is to fight to get opportunities to pass his DNA across as many females as possible. That's his whole life goal on a biological level. The life goal of a female is not that. A female don't have to do all of that to get no sex, to pass her genes along. She don't have to. Her job is to pick quality. So she's supposed to be turning down most men, and she don't supposed to be open all season like that. But women want to be open all season like that. They want to be able to have as much sex as they want to and act on their desires. This is your desire. Your desire is to have sex. Your desire is to do this. So now that you want to do this and you invite a man to participate with you, it's now no longer your responsibility. You want to blame him for everything. But why do you desire what you desire? Right? See, the men will agree with that, but they won't agree with women actually closing their legs. See, they don't agree with the things that would lead the women to close their legs, which is the beginning of all of my teachings, to teach the truth about the male in order to get women to clank, clank.
But can we acknowledge if a man got up here and said the exact same thing you just said?
Not only do they not understand human psychology, they don't even understand the psychology of the opposite sex that they're trying to be involved with. They don't understand the motivation. He's going to be forced to sleep with one woman, and we know, listen, and she don't care about what you going through, what you thinking, how you feel, as long as you serving her.
And that's what the women ideology is. This is why once she gets the commitment, she flips on you. Because now it's all about her getting you to serve her. And this is where, right, once you serve her, that means you're a follower, nigga. She's the leader. So you already know Ruthless is anti-marriage. I'm starting to become anti-relationship. Because ain't no way I'm going to follow no woman. Ain't no way. Ain't no way a woman's going to lead me. And nigga, you shouldn't be having in no time for a woman to lead you. In no time. Because we understand a woman's enslaved to her emotions and her feelings. So if you taking that ride, nigga, you are taking a you're taking a great chance. So I'm finna switch to videos. So we see that women, by the confessions of the Queenmaker, that women want men only in a servitude capacity, or interpreted a slave. She wants the man to slave for her financial being. She wants a man as slave to her emotional entrapment. And she wants a man to fight his nature, enslave his nature to want to fuck other women, to only be with her. And this is her demands, and this is what she expects. Now, what makes this slavery? Because she's asking you to do it for free, right? Now, do men ask women do the same thing? Yes. We won't not, the list isn't the same, but when it comes to the exclusivity to that coochie, yes, men do demand that you give the coochie only to them. But this is at the price of admission, right? This is the price of admission. So the women set the expectations. Okay, you want this coochie exclusive to you? You need to court me or vet me or, whatever it is. And this comes with a price. So men are paying for loyalty. So that's not slavery, because you guys, women, are agreeing to the contract. Okay, I'm going to be exclusive to you. You got it, as long as you take care of me. But in turn, the men, we keep making the contract worse and worse by saying, okay, we're going to give you the same thing, but we're not charging you. So I got another video. We're going to hear my boy Tory Holcomb get it in, and then we'll come back to the Queenmaker a little bit. But the Queenmaker is exposing the secret, right? She's going against the womanhood by exposing these ideologies.
I'm bored. Can you do something to make me entertained? Can you do something to get my mood right? Yeah. What do you say to her?
A woman that is bored, that's someone who has a error in perception about reality.
I'm saying, like, it's different when a woman say, I'm bored.
One of the most Cinderella type stories you will ever hear in professional sports is that of DeJounte Murray playing for the Spurs. And then you know what? He became an NBA All-Star in 2022. He's a guy that most...
What'd you say, Sugar Bum? We're not really shitting on y'all, Sugar Bum. What we're doing, how are we shitting on Bum when we're paying your bills? We're taking you out to eat. Sugar Bum, a motherfucker just took you to Miami and paid for everything. You didn't have to pay for nothing. So how black men shitting on black women when we're still paying for you? When you guys are still having sex with us? I'm confused, Sugar Bum. You remember, Sugar Bum, you forgot, you told me a man took you to Miami and y'all graced the Miami Beach and you took that deal. Men are, see, the Queenmaker laid it, the Queenmaker laid it out, right? The Queenmaker laid it out. Women only want men to serve them. So the only way a woman's going to be with any guy in this day and age is that man is serving their needs and wants. If you see a woman and a man together holding hands, that nigga's serving her needs and her wants. So ain't no black men are not shitting on black women at all, not even a little bit. Now, are black men the only ones kind of calling out your behaviors? Yes. But I understand what you're saying, Sugar Bo. You want black men to shut the fuck up and service that coochie. That's what you want. That's what you want, Shagun. You want black men to shut up and serve that coochie.
Most people think, he's a nice guy. He's good for the league. He's respectful.
And with DeJounte, as y'all know, he's more of a quiet person. He's more reserved. He doesn't go on, he wasn't going on the internet doing all of that. You get what I'm saying? So with me being hype, liking to hang out with my friends, party, whatever the case may be, people felt like that relationship wasn't good because she's this way and he's that way. So I felt like I had to kind of dull myself down just to make it look good for y'all. But in reality, y'all don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Y'all don't know how this man acts behind closed doors.
How does a guy like that end up with NBA YoungBoy's baby mama, Jania Michelle? Jania Michelle is what some people feel is a 304, right? But
I thought I was missing something, and then I realized, girl, you're not missing nothing. So when this narrative came, oh, she just wants to be outside. I'm like, whoa, no, that's not me anymore. Now, granted, I did go out and have the time of my life. I had a ball. But that was for my friend. That was my friend's party. Do y'all blame me?
You see her with she really want. It's a different type of fun. It's a different type of fun, gang. Trust me. DeJounte Murray was probably on a back-to-back road game, getting mollywopped, crossed over, getting dunked off from the free throw line by that dude who looked like he belonged in Space Jam, Wembenyama, violating this, man. The point is this. When he get back to the hotel, he got ice wrapped around his legs because he's sore. He's looking up on the gram, and he's seeing his future wife and baby mama having lustful eyes at her baby, at her old baby daddy, YB.
She had a YB concert. What's up, Poppy Blanco? Welcome to the show. What do you say? What are you talking your shit? What is ADS? Roof is known as a liar. Sugar Mom, knock it off. What's up, ADS? Don't let her get away with that, ADS. What's up, Poppy? Welcome to the show. But this woman here, married to a back NBA player, right? He's more reserved. He's more, private. But she's a party. She wants to go out and twerk it. And she's NBA YoungBoy's baby mama. She's his baby mama. And he had a back-to-back game. And while that's back-to-back game, she flew out to an NBA YoungBoy's concert. And she was, lusting. Well, that's her baby daddy, of course. But this is, women can go to concerts, but not to your baby daddy concert, sugar bum. Don't go to your baby daddy concert when you're in a relationship with me. But you know why women do that? Because they want to do what makes them feel good for them. They don't care how you feel. They don't care what you think. She wants to be the person she wants to be.
You could tell she want to shake ass so bad. Look. He know.
She got 2 kids by 2 different men, okay? She's young. She needs to wear condoms in. Which we know she's not probably, all right?
Throughout it all, I just feel at peace when I'm making my own money, I'm making my own moves, I have my own stuff going on, and I feel like that's something that I need to work on. When I get in a relationship, I cannot just drop everything. I need to go do what I do for the day, you do what you and this is what I want to do. Either you like it or you don't. If you don't like it, okay, let me know that in the beginning so I can go ahead and go about my business. But I don't feel like I'll ever put myself in a position where I'm completely 110% depending on someone ever again. That's just not happening. It made me realize I want to be independent. If I'm sitting in the house and you out doing whatever you doing, the only stories I'ma hear is what you got going on. Then it leaves me like, oh, I'm kind of boring now.
But here's the problem, right? Yes, boo-boo, we don't mind you wanting to do your thing. We don't mind you wanting to be independent, but here's the problem. you're the weaker vessel. So you're easily compromised. Men are at you and you're a bad bitch. So niggas own you. And then you're around the rappers, you're around the celebrity niggas, right? So you're highly volatile and you're not under our protection. So now that you're not under our protection, you're out here, oh, I'm doing my business, I'm doing my thing. Then why the fuck did you go to the NBA Youngboy concert? Right? That was reckless. So this is the problem. This is the problem with the independence. See, the only way you can have some sort of decent relationship is you guys got to move to the mountains and live by the bears and the cougars. You got to get out that city life for sure. You cannot be living in a city life because, once again, right, women will be drawn, easily influenced to those things to have a good time.
So now I'm questioning everything that my whole existence.
Let me tell you something.
That's
if
coming.
your woman talk to you like that,
She's about to. She's already another.
coming to Craig, he's starting to feel it now. He was being nice at first.
Hey.
He know what I was finna
No,
say.
I was dealing with this chick one time, and she was very smart, but she wouldn't say she was bored. She had more creative ways of telling me that it's something else going on. It came up like, damn, baby, like all the stuff I done did for you, we done did this, and that. You know what I'm saying? I started naming, spent good money on. And her response to all that was, well, you didn't do that for me. The universe brought that to me.
Oh, wow. Oh, whoa. Woo, she flipped that. Woo.
Hey, in my house, I was like, oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
So that's her way of saying she was bored.
Dang.
But look, with them type of they gonna be bored with everybody. So if you're a real man, you gotta know if you got a bored on your hands, that don't take it personal. It ain't you.
Yeah.
If she go leave him, another gonna be bored with him in 6 months trying to come back to you.
Astrology said boards means she's for the streets.
She's for the streets.
Yeah.
My time is valuable. If you're
She
telling
does.
me you're bored, you're stealing my time. If you're in my presence, it costs me to be a man. Every second costs me down to the penny. So if you hanging with me daily
And you bored. Oof.
and you talking about you bored, but it's costing me, I should be able to sue you for whatever.
She's been telling him that the lifestyle she lived, either during or slightly after when she was single, leaving young boy, she don't want to live that no more. She's ready for this is what they call this bull. They're trying to manipulate. This is my soft girl era. I'm done. I'm done being a. I'm done.
Y'all
Expose the truth, Poppy. And this is why men, I just think women are better at short-term investments. I don't think women are no longer qualified for long-term investments because you're only setting yourself up for failure. She wants to follow her dreams. She wants to follow her emotion, what makes her feel good. She doesn't want to look. She doesn't want to follow a man. Women are not looking to follow men. You either follow her and she gonna lead you into the burning house, or y'all just gonna have to go y'all separate ways. And this is the name of the game. This is the reality. Women are not looking for leaders in men. They're not looking for men to come tell them, well, you need to stay home and don't go out with your girls. Why can't I go out with my girls? Because, you know, your girls are thoughts. They want to fuck everybody. Are you misogynist? You just a hater. You can't tell them that. Because now, with all this freedom that they're indulging in, of being free, they're going to free themselves from you.
Y'all not gonna see me out like that no more unless y'all trying to pay me. But if you're not, y'all not about to see me in these clubs. Catch me at brunch or something.
I'm done dancing on tables. I'm done going home with random guys at the club. I'm done popping ass for strangers. I want to stay home, do laundry, and cook, and be a housewife now. I'm in my soft girl era. Just bring your bank account to take care of me, that it could make me forget about my addiction to club and hoeing, right? Bang. So that's what she was telling him. He's saying, Of course I'm gonna be mad because she sold me on this goddamn thing. Right? Gang, that's NBA Youngboy's baby mama. You're also a grown man, so if she lied to you and said that she was in her soft girl, calm girl era and wanted to be inside, and you believed it, you're a dummy. I'm sorry. You're a damn near max contract player in the NBA who has a brand and should be probably looking for a certain unless you're just trying to have fun. All you want, but this is NBA Youngboy's baby mama. Respectfully.
Say she bored and she
Bring it up to the guest and bring up OG guest. I gotta give me some new, but we're gonna give him his intro. We're gonna give him his flowers. Welcome to the show, Papi Blanco. Just came from jabbing with Sugar Bum, so he's warmed up, ready to go.
Yeah, Sugar Bum is. First of all, how you doing? How you doing, Jay?
I'm all right. How you doing, sir?
Moving around, man, shaking and ripping.
I know you is. I know you is.
Yeah, but Sugar Bum is she just loves to talk shit, man. But
Sugar Bum is the modern woman.
Oh yeah, Sugar Bum just be clowning 90% of the time. I highly doubt she take this shit serious. She just say stuff to get on the niggas' games, bro.
Sugar Bum's a gold digger.
She possibly is. But what I'm saying is, she possibly who knows, right? It possibly is. I don't even know what she looks like, but she just loves to antagonize you niggas, man. I don't think she take none of this shit serious. I don't think she take none of this shit serious. No. What I'm saying is she don't take this serious. Homegirl turn this shit off and go outside and get her pussy beat out just like a normal girl. Most girls are doing the same thing anyway.
Yeah, she's a gold digger.
Possibly, man.
Possibly she is. Sugar Bum, are you a gold digger?
They all want to say yes, man, but until they meet the guy that they really love.
Yeah, well, she's 40, 42, 40, 45.
Yeah, she still get a sucker, so
women are smart, right? What they do is from 18 to 40, 42, depends on how they age, right? If they age good, 45, right? But if they age bad, we'll say 37 to 40. They're friend zone 8 to 10 guys. And these guys are staying in friend zone for 8 to 10 years.
Yeah. But look, go ahead. Sorry.
And then when they turn 37 to 45, they elevate them. They say, hey, you're up for a promotion, buddy.
Yeah. And this is the girl that was NBA Youngboy baby mama. Now she got a baby with the NBA player, right? Mary, right?
Yes.
Man, she is the personification of what I've been talking about for the past 3 years plus since I've been on YouTube, right? Yeah. And this is where and niggas they swear like they're going to change these hoes, right? But this is what they don't realize. If a woman lose, she don't even have to be a bad bitch. As long as a bitch look better than a 4 and she's a little bit fit, a 4 can become like a 6 if she do all the extra shit that be doing. A 6 is a good looking woman, okay, right?
Yeah.
If she think she can become a okay, good looking bitch, she is going to be outside, my nigga. Yeah. She's going to be outside, right?
Yeah.
Only ugly and fat women stay inside. And the outside for okay looking women is gonna last 15 to like 17 years, nigga, depending, because they start early. Like, we're gonna start out at 18 just for legality reasons, right?
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen is she's gonna be outside, getting lit, jumping from dick to dick, right? They're gonna get a little boyfriend in between. Guess what? That's not gonna slow them down. Because yo, trust me, my nigga, I travel a lot, my nigga. I catch so many women that are married or got a long relationship, long lasting relationship, my nigga, with their baby daddy 5, 7, 10 years. They go to Las Vegas, they go to Miami, they go to ATL, they go to all these cities, my nigga. What do you think these women are doing there with her hunger, my nigga? Her little boyfriend or her husband is back home. What do you think they're doing?
They get into it, get their back blown out.
Me and the homie fuck so many married hoes and bitches that have been in a relationship, my nigga, especially in Vegas and Miami. It's I can. If I tell you stories, bro, it will sound like it's.
No. You ain't got to convince me. I know these hoes ain't loyal,
bro. and guess what? Me and my homies, we're not the only one doing this. It's a bunch of other groups, a group of niggas that travel, do the same thing. They like to have fun. They come across a lot of these hoes, and they piping them down.
Of course. See, once again, so then you're finally on board with me that women,
that is the game, bro.
Women don't like men. They only want a man for what that man can do for them, whether it be monetarily or sexually or emotionally, right? It's some of them may already have money. They may already be set. They might be married and their man's taking care of them. So now they want to go get another nigga that's going to satisfy them sexually, right? Because they want to step out. They're like, I need some new dick, right? So understandably, a woman wants a man to serve her. That's what they want men for. And men, we are delusional to think that this woman that we're, courting, or even if we're just hooking up with, right, that she really is into us. And that's where I think we lose the fight, right? That's where we lose the battle. Because then this is why niggas start wifing 304s, right? Every motherfucking day now. Because remember, Poppy, how many times you ran a train on this chick? Other homies ran a train on a chick, and that one dude, one of the homies, you're like, where that hoe at? And he'd say, don't call her no hoe. And they in there booed up. You know what I'm saying? Because he fell for the okie doke.
I wouldn't call them delusional. I would call them more they operating from the old school ways, right? They still wants to have a brother home. They still want to be able to have a kid with her. You see what I'm saying? They're operating from the traditional point of view. I wouldn't call them delusional.
I think they're delusional, right? Because men typically don't go after 304s to wife them or boot them up. We want to smash and dash. But what happens if that post-nut clarity and, he's got a little emotional charge, he thinks, oh, this is the one, right? And he loses focus on that the woman that he's in the bed with is a very self-serving individual. And once he shows that weakness, she's then going to capitalize on that, right? She's going to capitalize on it because now she got her some in-house dick and now some in-house money that she's going to take him for everything he got. And this is where, like you said, the NBA players, they meet these chicks and they fall for them, right? They got the lifestyle, they got the money for these chicks, it's for it to give these lifestyle to these chicks. But what they don't understand is these women don't like them for them. She only likes what she can take from you. And until us men realize that, we're going to keep getting taken to the motherfucking bank and back up the truck. Because why are these NBA losing their women? Why are not only the NBA men losing their women, why are all the guys who are faithful and got money losing women? Why are the dudes who are middle class losing their women? Because women are picking their happiness over you. They will never love you more than they love themselves. And because that fact is, because she loved herself so much, she's always going to be looking to please herself.
You got kids that ain't yours.
Oh, well.
I mean, you better go your son. Get the out my face.
Lord,
You got people to take care of one way or another. It is just, this is why I'm telling y'all this. It is disrespectful for a woman to tell you she bored. She
For anybody.
talking crazy to
Anybody,
you.
that's crazy.
Homie,
Even a kid.
She trying to see what you about.
Man.
If a woman tell you I'm bored, can you find something for us to do? I want to be entertained or whatever. That would have been more respectable telling you ain't.
Yeah.
If a woman tell you she bored, that don't like you, homie.
Straight up.
I was just gonna say
That's not your bro.
Boredom really means that you're not enough.
Thank you. You're
It
not
don't
doing
mean that
it.
I'm
Right.
not doing enough. If you're bored as a person in general all the time, what you're really saying is, I am not enough.
Frank's Nursery and Craft is 4 blocks from my place.
Your fat ass in motion.
Hey,
you feel what I'm
straight
saying?
up.
No, you ain't bored and you had them braids in for 2 weeks. Your head stank like.
God.
You ain't supposed to be around me like that. You're not supposed to be rank around me. You supposed to have your feet, navel clean the whole time you're around me. Don't worry about your mouth. I ain't gonna kiss you anyway.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies and gentlemen of polite savages, we're now about to embark on a journey guaranteed to anger modern women and harlequins alike. The only thing that we can guarantee is that we tell the truth and nothing but the truth as we see it. So hold on. Are you ready? Let's go.
Polite savages. Oh my, it seems like it's the year of the disrespectful wife. This archetype comes in many different forms, with Ayesha Curry embarrassing her NBA superstar potential Hall of Famer and an NBA legend, Steph Curry. Where women like her, the good girls, are trying to emulate the bad girls. But what do you think happens when you get yourself a bad girl? Like DeJounte Murray when he wiped up and baby mamaed up Jania Michelle. Well, polite savages, what do you expect? He got wrecked.
Someone with money will automatically make you happy, automatically fulfill your dreams. You will automatically have a great life. And that's far from the truth. It doesn't fulfill you. Now, unless you with the right person, they grew up. A lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna go have a baby with someone and a millionaire or whatever, and I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be set for the rest of my life.
If I get a chick out the strip club and I'm now saying, I want you to go to church every week with me, read the Bible. On Fridays, I want you to take those dollar bills and put it in the collection plate. Bruh, come on, dog.
Who said it? You just can't turn them into housewives. It's just what is an old rule. Did you ever hear the first part of that? You can't turn blank into housewives.
Yes.
You know what it says?
Yes.
All right. And I'm not calling her that, but that's just what it comes across as in this point, that she already had a life. You tried to make her something different, but she was already in this life.
What Murray did was what men do, right? If we like a woman and we see a future with that woman, we bring her into the fold, right? But this is one thing about ruthless truth, right? Us men have to stop doing this shit. We don't need to do that with these women. Especially when you're an NBA player, especially when you are famous. You don't have to wipe these girls up. You don't have to boo these chicks up. Listen, any man who is of fame and fortune, you have to remain single if you want a happy life. I'm just sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say it. And I'm going to tell you why. We'll come back to this video in a little bit. But we're going to another video because, see, I have to break this down on this because I got the homies be delusional sometimes. So they got to hear from the women. So I'm going to make them hear it again. I'm going to let them hear it again.
Life, happy wife, happy life come
right.
from? It's total narcissism.
So wouldn't you say?
But why do you desire what you desire? Right? See, the men will agree with that, but they won't agree with women actually closing their leg. Partnership can be built on sex. If you build your house on quicksand. However, most people are in relationships with liars.
And that's the problem. That's what it is, Ronnie. Most women are liars. These women sell these guys these dreams. He an NBA player. He got money. She at the bar. She looking like a bad bitch. He pull her. Hey, what's up? She giving him wink, wink. The sing. She twerking on him, and he like, okay, what's good? And then she say, you know what? I want to settle down. I don't want to be out here partying anymore. And he takes her. Okay, this is the woman that I want. And then she flips on him because then she says, damn, I missed that. See, one thing about women, they're in a love and hate relationship with partying and being a part of the limelight. They're in love-hate relationship with being a hoe. One day they hate it, one day they love it. But the thing about it, Ronnie, what I'm trying to tell you, Ronnie, is all women are the same. They're all the same. Pick your poison. Okay, you might not get a chick like her, but what are you gonna get? An educated, a teacher? All these women are under the same ideology.
Most people are in relationships who can't even be with people who can't be honest with themselves. See, intimacy is not about sex. Intimacy is about very, very rarely. I've only met one because that's not the nature of a man to be stuck with one person. But the woman wants to stick that man to one person, which is her, which is to take men away from their own reality, make men go against their own nature and trap him with her.
Right.
And she don't care about what you going through, what you thinking, how you feel, as long as you serving her. That's where this thing, happy life, happy wife, happy life come
right.
from.
And that's coming from a mouth of a woman. And this is why I am 100% in agreement with the Queenmaker with the happy wife, happy life sentiment. Because if you do not fall in that ideology, she will leave you. The women, the numbers back the Queenmaker's point, right? The women are divorcing 800,000 times a year. The women are voicing their complaints about men on these platforms, in these spaces. Yeah, Sugar Mom, she's a woman though. And right now she's breaking the woman code. Because she's not supposed to be exposing the woman's secret. This is the secrets of women that women have been using to flip on men over the years. Now she's just coming out and saying it. Hey, women only want to be with a man who serves her.
It's total narcissism.
So wouldn't you say that? So wouldn't you say that men have been manipulated just as much as women have been?
Both sexes have been manipulated and sold a lie. Patriarchy, just because it's patriarchy don't mean that men benefit from this. Actually, men are suffering a great deal from this, right? Women are suffering, and it's only a small few people that's making a boatload of money off of all this dysfunction, because this is dysfunctional. And both parties have been lied to, both the male and the female. And they both have unrealistic expectations of each other. But the reason why they stuck together is all because of sex. It's sex. And so men and women think they need to be together because of their sexual desire. But men and women are not compatible. They're opposites. If body
And she's speaking the truth. We're not fucking compatible. That's why we argue all the time. This is why I always wonder, why do we keep having these frivolous ass arguments? Because we're not compatible. It don't matter, Ronnie, if you get a woman who choose you. But at the end of the day, you guys are going to be arguing. This is why anybody tell you marriage is very difficult. There's not one married man or woman that I ever met that said that marriage was easy. Every married man that I ran into said marriage is very difficult. Why is it so difficult to be with someone you love? Why is it so difficult to not argue with the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with? Why is it hard to stay with somebody you picked? Because at the end of the day, men and women don't get along. And the Queenmaker is right about this.
Body A imposes a force on body B imposes a force on body A that is equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. They're clashing.
But every now and then you'll see that couple, right?
They see it as being illogical, which a lot of it is, right? And the women can't see clearly. The women can't even handle their own lives. They can't make good decisions for their own lives, let alone a country, okay? Then you have ratchet 304 type women endorsing.
What's up? What's up, Rapid? Hit the like button, y'all. Welcome to the show. Yeah, Princella's breaking down why women don't like men. Right? She's breaking it down, and this is from the women's standpoint. This is not from Ruthless. This is Princella breaking down why men and women don't get along. And women only want to be with a man who serves them, who's going to pay their bills, who's going to be their sexual slave. This is why she doesn't want you to go out and fuck other women, because she wants you to be her sexual slave, and that she could punish you with her vagina. When she wants to hold you accountable, she's going to put that vagina on you and say, nope, you can't have none because you've been a bad boy. Bad boy. But once you go out and get some more coochie, now you make her feel powerless. Because now, if she wants to hold you accountable, and I'm not giving you none, you can get in your car and go down the street and have sex with another woman. And that, again, takes away from her power. That's why women want men to submit to their agreement in monogamy. She needs to have that leverage. She needs.
And she don't care about what you going through, what you thinking, how you feel, as long as you serving her.
Once again, say it again. And she don't care about what you feel. She don't care about what we feel.
That's where this thing, happy life, happy wife, happy life come from. It's total narcissism.
So wouldn't you say that? So in that, wouldn't you say that men have been manipulated just as much as women have been?
Both sexes have been manipulated and sold a lie. Patriarchy, just because it's patriarchy, don't mean that men benefit from this. Actually, men are suffering a great deal from this. I didn't realize that women were not like. Now, I experienced a lot of the same things that women was experiencing at the hands of men.
Right. But you've never been on the other side
I've never been on the other side because I wasn't doing to men what these women be doing.
Right. So just to pause real quick, right? So when men in the past were telling you about something, because I've watched great dads.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched women get online and say that they weren't great dads and seen people rally behind it, and it's like a total lie. I've seen a lot of wild things that have happened, right? I've seen people get.
And women are narcissists. They're narcissistic. And this is why, men, we have to understand, you are not the dude you think you was. I'm sorry to say it. No matter what you do, if you're faithful, if you're a provider, if you're all the things she asks you to be, right? You will always be expendable in her eyes because she will put herself first over you. A woman would never love you more than she loves herself. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. So let's go back to my boy Torrey Holcomb, because they were dropping some jewels too. But yeah, we are going to mine this thing out. We're going to figure this out together. We're going to get this out.
So therefore, for you to get upset about her doing something that she was doing previously before you, meaning it was bad judgment on your part. It's not bad on her part.
She was a stripper?
I don't think she was a stripper. She's just also young boy's baby mom.
Oh, young boy
NBA young boy.
Why in the world would you do that?
You could pick the right time.
Dejounte Murray cries out on IG after his girlfriend and baby mama Janelle Michelle went out to clubs in Houston after flying out for work, despite promising him she would never go to the clubs when they got together. Now, I'm gonna just read some of this. Let's check it out. The fact that y'all went from, oh, she changed and living a great life and got away, then boom, he only mad she outside. You wouldn't be mad if you living and got a family with a person that you've been asking for years to be real on what they want, and they say a family and not be in the clubs no more because it's old. Then saying they going to Houston to work and see family, but end up lying to me and avoiding me while in clubs unannounced. Why wouldn't I be mad? She is sacrificing her son, missing school for being in the club, shaking behind, and our kids having to be stuck in her mama house when she never communicated to being in clubs. At least send the kids with the daddy and not your mama.
I made sure she never wanted for money. Tried to pay any dollar for a production team for content. Tried to get her back in school to learn how to open up salons, and I funded 100% and wanted nothing in return.
It doesn't matter. He's in La La Land. No matter how much money you have, the person's not going to change unless they're ready to change, right? Sometimes you put them in a position, they give you all these promises and all that because you fall in love with them. But they're not going to change unless they want to change.
That's what I'm saying.
To me, talking to any stranger about this in public.
If your girl, you can't get on the internet with a million words about how you feel about it. Sorry, and if you have to do that.
The strongest, most powerful weapon in this world is temptation. That's more powerful than a gun, more powerful than strength, temptation. I have a special guest coming up. My God. ADS.
What up, Ruthless Truth? I just want to say something, Ruthless.
Yeah,
so all those niggas out there talking trash about Trump, don't spend that $2,000 check when it come in. Don't spend that shit. Send it back. Send it back. You don't want that. You send it back.
Yes, funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, we see that. I mean, my man married NBA YoungBoy's baby mama, or he got with her, whatever, and she told him, "I don't want to be a part of that street life no more. I don't want to be outside no more. I want something genuine. I want something real. I want to be at home, cooking, cleaning, etc." And he liked her. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna give you a shot, but we do have to understand, men, She probably meant it at the time. But temptation is more powerful than people give it credit for. And this is even for men, right? When we take that bad contract, oh yeah, I'm gonna be faithful to you, and go out and fuck another woman. It's hard. It's temptation is very powerful. It would overtake you. This is why I am anti-marriage. This is why I am anti-commitment to these women. I am pro short-term investments. Because, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
You know, in most cases, most people don't know what they want, but especially women, you know they don't know what they want. Everything is based on emotional value. What do they have attached to it, right?
Yeah.
So he's filthy rich. She moves in, she gives him a couple kids. And now she just saying she ain't feeling it. She wanna go out, saying do her thing now, right? She tired of that married life. You know?
Well,
Be
yeah.
that way. The best thing he could do right now is quietly move on.
No.
Stop making yourself look bad. Stop making yourself look bad.
No, you're wrong. You got to stick with it. Because here's the thing, ADS. ADS, you're right and you're wrong. You're wrong, you're right. You're both. I'm going to give you 50-50 for your statement, right? 50, you're right. He needs to move on from his thought process of how to deal with women. That part you're right about. But he needs to keep the woman he got, because once again, you're not going to get better. Once you get rich, especially when you get rich and famous, you're dead in the water. What woman if you get rid of her, who are you going to get? Every woman knows you're rich. Every woman knows you got money. Every woman's going to want what you got.
With that money, what you can do for yourself is get a matchmaker.
No, you can't do it. Listen, women have been corrupted universally. Okay? You did not listen to the Queenmaker? She broke that shit down to you. She's breaking a woman code for you niggas, and y'all still don't want to listen, ADS. She said women only want a man to serve her. So she's not looking to serve. You know why she's looking to serve? Because she would never love you more than she loved herself. But back to the point of NBA Youngboy's baby mama, right? She probably, in her mind, wanted to be a housewife and all that stuff, but the power of temptation supersedes sometimes
logic,
as individuals what we want.
Logic, especially if that's an emotional based person. If that temptation is what she really likes,
yeah,
she gonna play just based on her emotions alone, right?
Yes, that she'll go for it.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful on type of women.
And this is why, yes. No, this is all women, universally. And this is why women in the workforce have been a negative thing for marriages. Because why? Because woman is the weaker vessel, like you. And thank you for that point, ADS. The emotional, and we understand that women invest heavily in their emotions. They're more emotionally based, and we understand that emotions are fleeting, and they're easily compromised. So when your woman's out working, getting to the bag, doing all these things, she's susceptible to temptation. Because you think, especially if your wife is super beautiful, dude's gonna be in her ear. Oh, you beautiful, you look fine. Oh, I love that. Oh, girl, you're a bad bitch. Damn, niggas get friend zone about 3-4 niggas. You know what I mean? She friend zone these niggas because, she needs to keep her.
The biggest things about having a pretty younger girlfriend or wife in a long-term relationship that you have to keep yourself up. You really do. You know what I'm saying? You need to be at the gym if you have somebody who is kind of beautiful or pretty, especially if she's in let's say late 20s, early 30s, right? When they're really pretty like that, because that's when they hit their peak about 33, 34. Black women hit their peak about 31, 32, right? Of beauty. You know what I'm saying? So when she at her peak of beauty and you happen to be a dude with her, you got to keep yourself up. You got to go to the gym. You got to work out. You got to smell good. You got to look good. You know what I'm saying? This is competition. But you got to understand that when you get a premium pick, there's going to be competition.
Well, yeah, but even Steph Curry, the greatest shape he's in, right? You know he stays in shape, top shape, and his women want to get eye fucked by every bit nigga that's out there, right? She just comes on the platform with his mama sitting next to him and says, "I miss getting eye fucked." And her husband is in shape. He is in the gym, and he is a icon. He is a rich man. He is handsome.
All
He's
that
everything.
is, all that is, Rufus, is one thing. All that is one thing.
But let me say this though, right? Let me say this. It's never enough. See, now that he's giving her everything and he's everything, now she thinks she needs more.
Ruthless.
Yeah.
It's attention seeking. That's all it is. All thing she's doing is attention seeking. She's going public now with her attention seeking. Not because she really wants other men to look at her, because Steph ain't never home. I can almost guarantee you Steph Curry got about 2 or 3 side chicks. That's why he ain't no saying sweating any of this, right?
Yeah.
He'll probably, the only time she probably see him is for photo ops. When they need to take a photo together. That's probably the only time she really sees Steph like that.
Yeah.
And at the game, right?
Yeah.
Besides that, though, she don't see Steph.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? Because he probably got a younger Priya thing he played with, you know what I'm saying, on the weekend when they ain't out of town, you know, right?
I mean, but we're speculating that, right? But we are saying in totality, Ayesha Curry, she says she didn't even want to get married to him. She said things we don't need to know. That's what I'm saying, right? We don't even care about that. Ayesha Curry, we don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, she mad. She mad.
But she's big mad because temptation and in her mind, she thinks she should be better than Steph Curry. Women will compete with you, nigga. And this is what I think Brownville was famous or infamous for saying, oh, men need to stop trying to compete with women. No, it's the other way around, Brownville. The women need to stop competing with the men. And this is what the big problem is, because why? Oh, if you think you'd have a gang of women, I go out and fuck a gang of dudes. If you're famous, I need to be more famous or just as famous. If my girl's out having at the party, I need to be there. Why you can't have me there with my girlfriend's there? Why can't I have that freedom my girlfriend's have? Why I got to be stuck in the house?
I mean, I hate to say it like this, Rufus, true, but when you rich like that, I mean, they met, but they was in high school too, though. So that's different, right? They've been together damn near 20 years and they ain't number 36, 37. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
20 years is over half your life, they've been with each other, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have some turmoil just based on the fact that you've been in this person's space for over 20 years. You're going to learn some shit about them you don't like. You're going to like some stuff about them, right? That's just comes with long-term relationships, man. You know, and women, they tend to be external with their feelings about shit. You know, right?
Yes.
Versus we're not as, you know, saying we're kind of internal about our feelings, right?
Yes.
Like, I almost guarantee you, the staff, sometimes he wish that bitch shut up. So I wish he just shut up. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes he really wants to say that, but he can't. He has to be reserved. Because if he starts tripping, guess what's happens, Rufus?
The divorce papers are coming across the table.
Nope, she gonna oust the side chick first.
And the divorce papers are coming.
But she gonna oust that side chick.
And she's getting half.
Oh, she was gonna get half anyway. That's just right. I mean, that was gonna happen regardless. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So that's why he can't say what he want to say. Because if he comes in and say, bitch, shut your mouth, I'm the motherfucking man in the house, she's gonna exercise her option to say, you know what? I'm not happy here no more. I'm already complaining about it. And now you what? You just triggered me. Because now she's gonna get angry because you just yelled at her. And then her emotions gonna take over. And she's finna burn that motherfucking house down. Ronnie, the women running the game, man. I'm sorry. The men ain't running the game no more. Because we act like we need women. And women act like they don't need us. So we're, well, let's hear what the Queenmaker say. I want y'all to, I gotta get you, Ronnie. We gotta get you all right.
Put a square peg into a round hole. Women don't listen to men. Women think that men all season like that. But women want to be open all season like that. They want to be able to have as much sex as they want to and act on their desires This your desire. Your desire is to have sex. Your desire is to do this. So now that you want to do this and you invite a man to participate with you, it's now no longer your responsibility. You want to blame him for everything. But why do you desire what you desire? Right? See, the men will agree with that, but they won't agree with women actually closing their legs. See, they don't agree with the things that would lead the women to close their legs, which is the beginning of all of my teachings, to teach the truth about the male in order to get women to clank clank.
But can we acknowledge if a man got up here and said the exact same thing you just said, they would label him misogynistic?
Of course they would, because like I said before, women don't listen to men. Women think that men were created to serve them. So if you ain't serving them, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say, because at the end of the day, women think that this is we need to teach males to do this. Women want men to be women. Women want society to transform a male into a female. Women hate women. Women hate each other. But they want to get a man and then make him embody all of the characteristics of a woman.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's just confusing.
So it all makes sense. Trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, wanting your cake and eat it too. I think all of that had everything to do with women. Coming up with these things had everything to do with trying to figure out what a woman wants, because women want it all. And that's how marketing has been directed to women, to give women the illusion that you can have it all. To even think that you can have it all, that is a sign of narcissism. It's a sign of greed. Women want the world to revolve around them, each and every last woman. Women want their own man. They don't want to share the men, even though that is the more logical way that things would actually work out. Women don't want to do that, even because that's not the nature of a man, to be stuck with one person. But the woman wants to stick that man to one person, which is her, which is to take men away from their own reality, make men go against their own nature, and trap him with her.
And this is where the men are delusional, because we think that, oh, she loves us. She in love with us. Right? Once she said, oh, I don't want you to be, I want you for myself, we think we hit the jackpot. We think, I'm in there. I'm him. I'm him. I'm daddy. I'm da 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 da. And that's an illusion. Because at the end of the day, these women are still, one thing about a woman, she knows how to get a relationship. She knows how to get a man. But she also knows how to destroy a relationship. And once again, right, we as men, we feel once she tells us, oh, we want you to not date other women and be with her, we feel that we're loved. We feel loved. It's a feeling of gratification. But not knowing that it's a trap. Because a lot of these women out here with work husbands and doing all these things, these 3 or 4 things. You know, these hoes ain't loyal. So bottom line is, these women don't want a man because they truly, truly care about your character and who you are. They want to take from you what they can get and move on. That's why the divorce rate is at 75 to 80% clip. Because why? Because women are leading this charge because they're heading out. They're saying, okay, enough is enough. And the reason why women divorce more because they don't value the marriage, the man, as much as man value the woman. That's why they're leading the charge. So we have to understand that she's looking for you to be her slave. If you're not slave to her the way she thinks you should be a slave to her, then she's going to leave you.
Right.
And she don't care about what you going through, what you thinking, how you feel, as long as you serving her. That's where this thing, happy life, happy wife, happy life come from. It's total narcissism.
So wouldn't you say that? So in that, wouldn't you say that men have been manipulated?
So I was going to play that to get ADS, so ADS can understand, so he can clearly get it clear, and Mr. Roney, so they can understand that this is the facts.
The internet looks at it like, oh, you can't get in touch with the bitch. Dragging his own name through the mud as he's out here onto these social media streets, crying his eyes out and telling everyone within earshot what kind of man he really is. And providing, protecting, doing his best impression of a superhero, Captain Save-A-Ho, and then himself in the slot and then running that slant route into stepdaddy season by taking NBA young boys, old main squeeze, Jania Michelle.
You're an NBA player. You're dealing with somebody who's already getting clapped by NBA YoungBoy. Okay, he let her go. She's down bad. You come and try to clean her up, play Captain Save 'em. All right, and you spending money on her, having kids with her. You should have never did that. She's down bad. You was still no condiment after he did it. You never do that. But you young and you probably thought that you could, do that. But now you know, right?
For you to take her on, you're taking on her, him, his crew, all of that. And I don't think women think about that, like who they get pregnant by. Like it's that is a deal breaker for especially elite guys or any guy that is of any type of value. That's a definite deal breaker.
100% correct. I just can't get leftovers. Like, what do you get out of that? Like, yo, because, and I don't mean females, I don't mean the baby mom, I don't mean disrespect you saying leftovers.
How do you promote it? How do you go further than they went with it?
Right.
Because what men see this, and this is where us men have to get a better understanding, right? And just women are better in short-term roles. And that's what we have to understand. Women are not great in long-term roles. Because if you put them in long-term roles, they're going to leave. They'll get bored. It is hard to maintain someone's happiness for a period of long time. Being bored is normal. But once again, we got to stop taking this bad deal. We got to stop taking this trap. Well, we got a guest come to the show, and she finally made it up here. Let me give it a proper intro. You know.
You got me confused with your other bitch.
What other bitch? I'm with you every single day.
And we got Mela to the show.
Am I echoing?
Nope, you're good.
Terrific. I am good. Always been good. Always will be good. And I mean this in the most sincere way when I ask this question. Considering that I detect you're a homosexual to the core. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Look, I didn't come up here to insult you. I'm just tripping about the.
You just insulted me though.
No, I mean I'm tripping about the fact that you're featuring a lesbian to speak for women. You know, it's
What
like
that got to do with me? What they got to do with me being homosexual though? I like women.
exactly. You're heterosexual.
Yeah.
Period. And it's kind of insulting that you're featuring a lesbian to speak for heterosexual women. That like I just came back. Like I was listening to you for a while. I had to do something and I came back and you know it just didn't rest well in my spirit that you would choose a, a homosexual woman to represent the opinions of heterosexual women. So I just came up here, you know, and because I do appreciate you as an individual, as a person, as a man, I was wrong for that joke. I'm fully aware with my capacity to interpret human dynamics that you are absolutely heterosexual. Period. The reason I said the joke is because I wanted you to experience what it feels like to in some capacity to be insulted by this idea that a homosexual woman can speak for heterosexual women. She cannot speak for heterosexual women, man. She can't do it. She can't do it. Okay? And I'm not even going to get into the grub of what insults I can come up with to insult her. I'm not doing that. I've insulted you. You forgave me. That's enough. Everybody is aware that you're a heterosexual man. Case closed. What I'm curious about is what made you think that a homosexual woman can speak for heterosexual women? Now, what made you think that that was a cool idea?
Well, I'm going to get a heterosexual then. So, okay, fine. Let's give me a heterosexual. We're going to get a heterosexual woman. Speak for heterosexual women. Okay, that's what you want. That's what I'm going to give to you. I'm going to give the people what they want, Ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
Give the people what they want. Hold up. I'm going to get right to her. What she want.
She don't look heterosexual either.
Yes, she is. She's married her fiance, Brock. Some dude. She's strictly dickly.
Nah, man.
Sounds like she knows what she wants. So, follow your heart.
Yeah. I think the reason why people don't want love is because most women want their bills paid. They don't want love.
Oh.
They got 4 or 5 people. They got 4 or 5 people because they got more than 4 or 5 bills. And I think as long as we're in this transactional era of time, it's never going to be able to get back to love. We got to focus on the core value of what actually matters inside of a relationship. And we've strayed too far. Honestly, don't get mad at me. I know there's a lot of ladies in here.
I'm seeing all the faces behind you.
It's the truth. Honestly, we live in a prostitution era.
So what you got to say? That's a heterosexual woman. Strictly dickly.
Right. As far as we have not been informed of, she's never sold herself out because apparently all she cares about is money, right? Let's get to the nitty-gritty of the situation. Any event that all she cares about is her bills being paid, it's not too long before she's going to explore outside of heterosexual experiences because her priority is getting her bills paid. See, you got to come different, right? You emphasize how, women, quote unquote, women don't care, quote unquote, care about men. All they, quote unquote, care is about themselves. What is evident is that you're focusing on women whose priority is superficiality and sexual conquest, as opposed to a real life, everyday young lady looking for love. Like there are actual women, young ladies out here that want love. Like coincidentally, they grew up in a decent home where they weren't touched, abused, mistreated, or misused. They grew up having a pleasant childhood. They grew up with aspirations of being, hell, a poet or, you know, majoring in art or some, fanciful shit, right? They grew up with these fanciful thoughts because they were not abused. So it appears to me that you're focusing on the population of women who were abused. Am I wrong? Because women who were abused are a whole nother creed, baby. They are a whole nother creed. And it appears that you are focusing on the conflicts in relationships that occur with women, and dare I say men as well, who have been abused in one form or another. Why can't we discuss people that weren't abused? Like people with decent minded aspirations of love. Why can't we discuss that? Why is that off your table? Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so there was a lot of excursions and unsubstantiated statements that you made. Because I don't know if Sarah found out was abused. There's no record of that. So I'm not going to go on your excursions of what somebody possibly could be or what possibly could have happened. So I'm not going to base any foundation. That's just your opinion, and you have a right to that. But the bottom line is, we have a problem now. So we have a problem with women divorcing at 800,000 times a year is an astronomical number. Now, if it was 100,000, 200,000, I give you credence to your argument. I give credence to your argument. But women divorce rate, that is very high, very difficult to convince anyone that, oh yeah, everything's okay, even though women are constantly leaving, right? And we understand that women also are not accepting marriage as they once did. Now they're not looking to get married right now, right? Because they're living their best life. Now, what we are doing, Mela, is comparing on Ruthless Truth Show is all levels of women, right? The poor women, the middle class women, and these women are attached to men or have been attached to men, to the rich, right? And we all can come to one conclusion, that you guys will leave anybody, right? That you guys ain't happy, you guys will get the fuck out of here. And we understand this. And I'm just trying to pass the message on the men that don't think it's all your fault. Don't think it's your fault. Don't think it's all your fault. When she wants to leave, a lot of it has to do with her. Whether you can be faithful, pay all the bills, you can do everything. And if she doesn't feel for you no more, like Shaka Khan said, I feel for you. Ooh, she's out. And this has everything to do with her and nothing to do with you. So I'm just trying to quit the finger pointing that, hey, man, it's your fault. We're not leaders. This is why women are doing this. No. And now you said that Queenmaker is a lesbian, but yet she has a kid, right? So she's obviously a bisexual. So she has experience in both world with both genders.
I'm glad you said that. You know what? When it comes to my ideology of bisexuality, I don't draw gray lines. It's like either you are aroused by the same gender or you're not. I don't make gray lines when it comes to sexuality. I don't do this whole bisexual thing. Like either you're gay or you're not. Like that would be equivalent to a man saying, I wouldn't mind, I'm willing to get a blowjob from whoever gives it, meaning a man could do it too. Like nigga, that means they gay. It's like I'm tired of these extra words for something that's black or white. There's no gray when it comes to whether or not you cross the line. That's just my humble thought. Okay. For me and my philosophy operating in this world, if I cross let's say hypothetically, which I doubt would ever happen, I get finessed. Okay. I get finessed. And next thing you know, I'm with a woman. Man, I'm gay. That's just the line. That's the line. It's a clear line. If you cross that line, there's no bisexuality. You gay. Period.
Okay, fine. But does it mean she does not have the thought process of a woman and the way she looks at men?
No.
She has a wait a minute. She has a whole child.
No.
She
Once you cross.
She has a whole child. She is a mother, so she likes dick too, and she has experience to speak to towards men, and she is now confessing. And I agree with you, Ronnie. This is, thank you, Ronnie. Now we getting on the same page, Ronnie. Just always be in position to replay. Thank you, Ronnie. Let me give a shout out to my man, Ronnie, boy. That my man.
Why are you giving him a shout out when he ain't coming up here to talk to you?
That's okay.
As a matter of fact, I don't have a wrench on your channel. What's up with that?
Because I gave you a wrench, man. Remember, and then you.
And I don't have a wrench.
You do got a wrench, Mella.
No, I do not.
Yes,
Look,
you do. Let me check.
Look.
Let me check.
Because I wanted to type in something that referred to an article, and I was like, oh shit, I ain't got no wrench. I've been up here countless times conversing with you.
Oh, okay. I'll give you a wrench right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you take me for granted, man.
Brother, we ain't got to talk about that no more.
Whatever.
Type in the chat right now so I give you a wrench. Oh, there, I found you. I found you, brother. I'm going to give you a wrench right now.
You done took me for granted all this time. Everybody and their grandmama got a wrench, and I'm the only one that come on the panel
for some reason.
company with you. What kind of shit is that?
It's a few of them. Tamika comes up here. It's a few you guys come, but I'm gonna give you a wrench right now. I'm gonna give you a fucking wrench right fucking now. We ain't even gonna.
I'm not asking for it. I'm just wondering why it never happened. Were you so captivated by my conversation? Were you so captivated by my conversation you forgot that I don't have a wrench?
I thought I gave you one for some reason.
You forgot because you took me for granted. And this is what men do. They take a woman that sticks around for granted. No wonder why we leave guys. You know, when it comes to a good woman, some men just don't deserve it.
Type in the chat real
quick.
quick.
They take them for granted.
Mel, type in the chat real quick.
I'm not looking at the chat. I'm talking to you.
All right, type in there so I can give you a wrench.
I don't want your wrench.
You don't want it?
No.
All that crying you did. Hey, thank you for proving our point. You know, y'all don't know what y'all want.
It's like, I'm gonna give you what you want now that you complained about it. It would seem that that's a reward factor. You don't do nothing unless we complain.
Brother, I already told you I thought I gave you one. So we can fix this right now.
But why did you think that you did?
Because for some reason I thought I gave all the girls who come in all the time a wrench. Sugar bum.
Oh, you call us girls. We're girls.
Ladies, girls, women, whatever you want to be called. Take your pick.
And I also noticed with this Queenmaker individual, when she refers to women, she says they, as if she's outside of relating to the female. You know, she uses these terms as if she can't relate to what her gender is. Did you notice that? Think about it. When she says because they and they and they, as a woman, myself, when I am espousing what it is to be a woman, I'm going to include myself in that category. She doesn't do that. Something's wrong with her. Period.
Okay. But
and you are using her as an example to represent heterosexual women. That's disturbing, man.
But the reason why I agree with it, Mella, after my own research, before I even seen this clip, I just seen it yesterday. I've already been preaching this rhetoric even before I heard this, right? And then when I heard it, I said, damn, it's the assessment I came with is that women don't really like men for who men are, right?
But that would be equivalent to like one of those flaming guys being an example of how men think. You know, you can't, in my humble opinion, it would be questionable at best to use someone that can't relate to a heterosexual priority, sense of priority, right? Because anybody that wants to declare themselves bisexual, they don't have a heterosexual priority. So what justification can you give that she is the spokesperson for women when she doesn't even associate herself with how women think?
Because
She's
because
speaking in
she has lived
generalities
because she
because she
has
thinks
lived two lives, right? She has lived two lives. She has lived life as a wife. She's divorced. No, she's married, to be exact. She's married. They never got divorced.
but she
And
getting
she has
down
a whole
with
kid,
women.
and she has a whole kid,
She
right?
getting down with women, right?
And she messes with women too. She does both. She's bisexual.
That's not cool.
Well,
Cool.
most women are bisexual. I believe
In
80
terms of
to
her
90.
being
I believe
declared a
I believe,
representative of
I
how
believe 80 to 90% of
heterosexual
women.
women think, that's
No,
not
I'm
cool.
just saying, Mela, I believe 80 to 90% of women are homosexual. I mean, are not homosexual,
No, bro.
bisexual. Bisexual. Most
No, man.
everywhere I
That would
go,
be like me saying that
Mela,
a man.
Mela, most women I go kiss each other and tell each other they're beautiful, like it's nothing. They're hugging, kiss each other
No,
like
man.
it's nothing.
No.
I've
No.
seen this everywhere I go. A woman would tell another woman, "You are beautiful. You are sexy." And they would kiss each other, and
That's
Lord number.
debauchery, man. That's debauchery.
And the last part, women support homosexual men more than any group of people.
That's
All
debauchery,
my life, y'all
man.
growing up, all my homegirls had a gay nigga in their clique.
That's debauchery.
But the point is,
Do you not understand the difference between wholesomeness and debauchery?
it's all the same. If you support
And
homosexuality,
there it is, everybody. For the audience that's listening now and in the future, there it is. He is only in tune with debauchery. He could not care less about wholesomeness. And that is the issue. So your assertions, your live streams, your conversations, all that is rooted in your debaucherous experiences as opposed it would appear that you've never ever had a wholesome relationship, and now you tripping
I got
because
kids.
you caught up in confusion.
I got kids, Mela.
I'm not questioning whether or not you procreated, brother.
And I've
I'm
been in,
I'm
I have
talking about your
fiance.
sense of priority in life based on your past experiences.
Okay, so I'm not going to let you make this personalized, Mela. I'm asking you. I heard what you got to say about the Queenmaker, but now you're trying to personalize and make it personal about me, and this is not what this is about.
I didn't ask you if you had children. How did I make it personal?
No, because you talk to me like it's all about he's this, he's that. No, I am
Okay.
just sharing. I'm just listening to the thoughts of women because you women come on here and you guys have a voice. You guys have a voice to be heard, and I'm just letting the men hear you guys stand 10 toes down.
It doesn't represent
Oh, what
wholesome.
you believe, but we do know that through the information we have and all the shit, the numbers that women
Freaks don't represent the friendly.
Women want men to serve them.
Freaks don't represent the friendly. Okay, there's a difference between a
Mela,
freak
Mela,
out
you
here
already said that already.
switcherooing. There's a difference.
You said that already.
She's a freak switcherooing
But
versus
she's
a wholesome woman.
She's a woman, Mela, and she understands the biology of a woman, and she is qualified more so than a man.
What biology? A menstrual cycle
of a woman. She is.
What? A menstrual cycle and giving childbirth?
And she has the understanding
That's what
of a woman.
you building your credence on?
But we're gonna listen to it again.
No, y'all gonna listen to it again.
Okay, then. We understand as men of not only what Queenmaker have said, but also what we went through, or have gone through with women, that aligns with our experiences. It aligns. Why is she always talking about breaking up with me? Why is she always complaining? Why is she always arguing with me? Why, if I say the light is green, she gonna say it's red?
Is
Why,
this personal?
why is women, when you get in a relationship with you women, it's always, and this is what from my anecdotal experience.
They're getting personal.
Now I'm getting personal.
We weren't gonna
Now
get
I'm getting personal because it's my show. I'm just gonna give this anecdotal experience to create the information that every woman that I was ever with, right? The relationship, we start out good, it always end up, they want to make the relationship all about them. All about what they want, their needs. It's never where it's, it's all about us. It's always everything's about her. And I'm like, damn, it used to frustrate me.
The Queenmaker said that it's not in a man's nature to be with one woman.
And that's facts.
So a lot, and there it is. A woman in these current times, she's not obligated to put up with deceitfulness. She's not obligated to put up. See, there's this word called obligation, right? What has the rug that's been pulled from up under what would be otherwise considered traditional relationships back in the day when financials were one-sided. Financials are no longer one-sided. A woman does not have to adhere to this expectation that she got to share the penis that put a ring on her finger. Like, that's crazy. It's like, hold on, I don't have to allow you, I don't have to feed you to give you energy to go fuck somebody else. I don't have to do that. Like, you married me because I look good, I cook good, everything's smelling right and looking right, everything's cozy and warm, and I feed you, and you get the energy in your nuts to go fuck somebody else? Nigga, are you crazy? No. Yes, divorce with a capital D. Dissolution of marriage. It's gone. It's gone.
Mela.
It's gone.
Right, Mela. You just verified the Queenmaker's point.
It's not a man's nature to be with one woman. Why should we be bothered with that, baby? Why?
Why take the ring?
Nobody's taking your ring. You just said that people are not choosing marriage anymore. Nobody's taking that bullshit anymore. Period. I thought I heard some silence. What you got? Nobody's taking that. The numbers show it. Nobody's taking that. If you got, and she really fucked y'all game up when you think about it. The fact that she's asserting that you want to give her credence and credit, she's saying it is not in a man's nature to be with just one woman.
That's
and
a fact.
You are co-signing it, and I'm emphasizing to you, based on that, as you declare a fact, nobody's signing up for that. Nobody.
So once again, Mela, you guys don't have to take the ring or the relationship. You guys don't have to do it. I mean, women understand this universally that men like to fuck other women. I've heard this woman many times. You guys are dogs. You guys are yeah. This was in the 80s, the 70s, the 90s. This is way before anybody ever heard of Princella. We understand. And then on top of this, my aunties and them used to promote the shit. Oh, he's gonna be a woman killer. Look, he's gonna have all the girls, baby.
I've heard him.
So we understand.
I've heard a man tell me.
Women chase the guys, they like the guys, and they think the guys are desirable who all the women like.
I've heard a man tell me that the only reason men.
Let me finish, Bella, and I'm gonna let you go. I don't mind you talking. I don't mind you bringing a voice up here, but you gotta let me finish my point, and I'm gonna give it right back to you. We understand that, and women understand that men like to have multiple women. It's more desirable, but women, the one push the deal on the men for the monogamous side of it to get the exclusiveness with them. And men take this bad deal which they end up failing in a lot of cases, which the relationship even up failing in a lot of cases, and it becomes a disgruntled decision, and women complain, hey, you're a cheater, you're no good motherfucker, you ain't shit, you can't keep your nuts, you can't keep your dick in your pants, and all these things. But here's my argument to the women. You don't have to take the relationship. Why are you trying to make an orange into an apple? You're not God. You don't have that kind of power to do that. And just like women can't control their emotions when they get angry, when they get upset, that we have to deal with as men. But why do we keep taking that bad deal? Like we both keep taking bad deals for each other. And women cheat too. They can't keep their legs closed either. So we both do the same shit. We both do the same shit and say, why you didn't do this shit that I want you to do. The women are saying to the men, you can't keep your dick in your pants. And now that we got Google and all this shit, women can't keep their coochie closed. It's universal on both sides. But we're having a conversation. Melanie here saying, well, Ruthless, nobody wants to deal with that. But why sign up to deal with it when you know you can't deal with it? And that's where the insanity part comes in. You're trying to do the same thing the same way and expect a different result. Go ahead, Mella. Do your thing.
Okay, here's my thing. Thank you for allowing me to speak at this moment. What is to be taken seriously is what you mentioned about why accept the offer when in fact is doomed to fail. Any event that a woman has convinced herself that, I'm the special pussy that can keep it in my yard. She's the, here's a heterosexual man audience, that is, he has truth in his name, right? So it is his intention to tell, quote unquote, the truth. He has announced that the truth is that's what men do. So he mentioned also, why do women sign up for it? Why do women sign up for this proposal of marriage, knowing that it is not a man's nature, quote unquote, to stay faithful? So let's retract back to what Ruthless Truth had mentioned about, she leaves us. Why does she leave us? Okay, we already know why she's leaving you. But let's also go back to you said so much. What I'm trying to emphasize is that there is this insistence that men and women don't get along because we want different things. And we want different things based on the influences that we were grown to believe. We were grown to believe, or rather, raised in our childhood to believe that somebody's going to be devoted to us, right? But what wasn't explained is nature. And what we are discovering is the truth in nature between the genders. And dare I say, those who are, gray line freaks out there, those who want to declare themselves bisexual, as far as I'm concerned, they gray line freaks. Either you're attracted to women as a man or you're attracted to men as a woman. But these gray line freaks, that changed the whole ball game. It's like, not only can I cheat, but I can cheat with people that got the same gender as me. It's just a whole freakazoid world out there. And when you come across somebody that wants to commit unselfishly to their urges of nature, then you're working with something. And what I'm offering you is to understand that aspect of the conversation. Is it possible that there are people out there that genuinely will do anything it takes to commit to that one person. Do you think that's a possible thing
Yes.
that exists? You think that's
Of course.
possible?
Yeah, there have been
That
plenty
a
of men.
man can be dedicated to sexually, at least. You know, I'm not talking about attitude switches. You know, people get in bad moods all the time, but I'm talking about in terms of sexual fidelity. Do you believe that there are individuals out there, men and women, that just are capable of making a sound commitment of fidelity toward one another? Do you believe that that's possible?
For a long term, no.
And there it is. Okay, well, you got it. It's your show.
Only reason I say that is because temptation supersedes expectation. Temptation exceed expectations. So we expect for one another to be faithful and be loyal and this and that, but temptation is very powerful. I think people underestimate that feature, right, in life, and this is why it's insane for women or men even, right, to place upon an individual to do something no man has ever done, right, and that is beat temptation. Only Jesus Christ had that kind of power, but there ain't no man or their man able to do something like that. And then the men who do it, the men who do, I would say, what's it possible to do? Because
No, not the men who do. According to you, nobody can do it.
well,
According to you.
long term, right? Long term. But the
Yeah,
men
according to you, nobody can do it long term.
But there are men out here, right, that even though mentally they may, because you can't never not cheat, because mental, you're gonna see somebody lustfully. If you think about it in your mind, you're already cheating already. But for the sake of women, right, there are men physically not acting on their thoughts, right? Even though they might be cheating mentally with a woman, but they might not never physically take that deal because they don't want to risk losing their, significant other.
I just asked you if that's possible.
I said no, because you can cheat psychologically.
No, okay. I'm talking about physical. Fidelity, right? Fidelity includes that's a physical thing. I'm not talking about what somebody's imagination is. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the imagination. I'm not talking about the ideation. I'm not talking about all those TIONs. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the actual physical dedication to one person.
Well, yes.
Do you believe that that is possible?
It's happening right now.
So what are we discussing?
There are men dedicated to their women, and they're getting cheated on.
Okay, so
and then there's women. There are women being dedicated.
You throwing this whole if you psychologically cheat, if you imagine that you're cheating, if you lust after somebody, do you know how many? Okay, here's the thing.
That's why
comparison. Hold on. Comparison. Respectfully, rather. Comparison. I'm sorry. Let me get my shit together. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? This is a phrase that people might be familiar with. With that phrase in mind, comparison. Lust, like when someone views someone that is lust worthy, here comes the comparisons, right? Like, damn, baby can't break it down like that. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this right here. Oh my God. That's the comparison part of lust. The obligation is to not act on it. That's all you got to do is not act on it. Not you, but I mean anybody. That's all you got to do. It's okay to lust after somebody because it's based in comparison. We have eyes for a reason. Of course, we're going to compare, which can lead to lust. But the trick is to not act upon it.
So, and then there are men out who are not acting upon the very things they lust after.
But that's not what you said. You
And
said it's a man's
and
nature
and
to not be
oh,
with one woman.
we
So with
want
you,
let me explain. We always want different types of women, right? We like different styles. We will always lust after that. But there are men who exercise what they call de-discipline, right? Like let's say Steph Curry, or some guys who care more about their legacy, and they're more into their
and how do
career.
they do that? Like once they see a temptation, how do they avert it?
Well, like let's say a guy like LeBron James, Steph Curry, they focus more on their crafts and their family, right?
Do they
And
masturbate?
no, they got wives. They got wives.
Yeah, I'm saying if they on the road, away from their wives, and the road girls come through, and there's some very appealing road girls. It's like I'm going to my hotel room, y'all kick rocks, and he's in this hotel room by himself, knowing he has seen women whose breasts are this and they ass are like that, and then thighs and them, just everything, that just the beauty of what it would be like to feel inside of her. So he goes back to his hotel room alone as a married man. What does he do to avert dwelling on that temptation?
Maybe do a Zoom call with his wife, or they on FaceTime together, and then he
Oh, they
jacks.
do Zoom sex texting and sex
Yeah,
calls
yeah,
and
probably that's probably what. Yeah, they call their wife and Zoom call, and they have little, and he jacks off in the room. But because see
they
these
do
type of guys,
mutual masturbation over video calls. That's how these superstars are alleviating themselves
I
so that
think,
they
I
don't
mean,
screw around on their wives. That's what they're
yep,
doing.
yep, because they understand that to them, their legacy of their name, their brand means more to them. They know that they can't trust these women
Said,
out
baby, I'm
here.
on the road. I'm gonna need you to be available for the Zoom call. Don't
Yeah,
play with me.
facts, facts, and the wife, and that's all she has to do, right? Just call. I mean, come on, after the game,
That's your
call him
only
up.
job.
Yeah, call him
I'm
up.
on the road making this money.
Yeah, call him up, tell him
And
you have some. Damn, I
I'm
missed
gonna
that.
need you to be
I know
available
what to
for
do.
this Zoom call.
Yeah, and all she got to do is play the role, right? So this is why I say there are men out here who are exercising these things for other, because they have other bigger goals. I would say bigger fish to fry, right? They want their legacy intact. They don't want to be sued. They don't want accusations. They don't want their. And this is where I think I'll give men credence to the men. I ain't gonna say credence, but more. I think men value nuclear family more than women do. I think men truly in now, maybe back in the day, women valued it more, but now and today, I think men value one household, one family, not all over the place, no stepdaddies. I think they value this more as building a community than the women. Well, women, they don't really value it that much. Some women, they play along, but most women, they don't really value it that much. It's, you know, it's a luxury, right? But it's not a duty. So that's why I think LeBron, Steph Curry, and all of them are acting the way they act, because yeah, even though they might lust after other women, they might want other women, maybe you flirt a little bit, but they don't take part, in part because they know, number one, they're celebrities, they're going to get caught. There's no way they can get away with it, especially today, right? And all these cameras, and social media, and that will destroy his family, which he doesn't want to be destroyed. So therefore, yeah, men are more pro nuclear family. Women, I believe, are anti nuclear family, and this is why women leave the most. This is why they divorce the most. This is why they complain the most, right? Because women love themselves more than they value themselves more than they value the nuclear family. So
Is that right?
yeah,
I think men are prone to impose themselves And I'm trying to figure out how to put this. There's this a case of the supposed tos. I'll call it that. There's this case of the supposed tos that men and women carry around. And I think that's the fall of families.
You said men and what?
A case of the supposed, like you supposed to do this, you supposed to do that. A case of the supposed tos. Like a lot of people, when they get together, they come in with a case of the supposed tos. You're supposed, like for instance, I kind of inferred that I'm supposed to have a wrench on your channel since I had conversations with you, right? That's a case of the supposed tos. And here it is. It's like, oh, I thought I did that, but here you go. And it's like, no, since you didn't accommodate this case of supposed tos, I don't want it. I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a human trait to to expect somebody to not be human. And that's what that's my hypothesis of a case of the supposed to. So it's like to really find it unreasonable that you perceive you already did something is not that. I mean, like I'm not trying to, declassify your humanness. It is a human trait to be like, oh, I thought I did it. Like, because every time I come up, right, you go out of your way to give this introduction, which is really thoughtful and is really considerate. You haven't called me out of my name. You haven't attempted to humiliate me. You have been very accommodating. And so it didn't add up. It was like, wait a minute, where's this trust in my presence that would conclude I would have a wrench on your channel? And you said, I thought I already did, but I gave you a difficult time by saying, I bet you thought you did. That kind of, blah, 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 blah. That's a human trait. It's a human trait to how can I put this? It's a human trait to misunderstand one another. Where the conflict comes in is when we carry a case of the supposed tos as human beings towards one another. It doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It doesn't have to be pair bonding. I'm just talking about human beings in general. Like I'll give you a story that has nothing to do with relationships, right? I'm at a grocery store. This black man is ringing up his groceries, and the woman doesn't, the cashier, she doesn't speak English very well. And, he's telling her something, and she's just staring in his face. And he took that as an insult, as if she's supposed to understand what he's saying to her. But in fact, she didn't. All she knew was she's supposed to be a cashier and ring up the groceries. And thank goodness I was there, because he was getting really enraged. He was starting to, amplify his voice to a embarrassing level. And I said, sir, she does not speak English well. She's not understanding you. Perhaps you could go to customer service. And he was like, oh, I never thought about that. I never thought that she didn't know how to speak. And I thought she knew what I was saying, but she was just looking at me crazy on purpose. And that's an example, a general example of the case of supposed to. He thought because she's serving the public as a cashier, she's supposed to understand what he's saying. And in that instance, she didn't. So all she could do is look at him like, I wish I could respond, but I really don't know what you're saying. So I hope I gave it to you both ways in terms of how, when it comes to relationships, no one has this workbook, this manual as to how to conduct them, or even how to evaluate dimensions of compatibility before you involve yourself and attach yourself to somebody. Nobody has a manual for that. We could pretend like we got a manual for that, but not really, because we're all individuals. What the problem is, we all have a case of the supposed twos. That's my speech. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Ruthless Tree.
Okay, so then we also, and this is why I'm on the women's case a little bit more. Not the men, we're delusional. I ain't gonna lie, but the women, the only where your argument falls a little short, Mella, is you women demand a price for your time or for your exclusiveness. So the prices that you're charging, right, is what you, and the contract you're saying, hey, you want me exclusively? You want this? You want that? You need to be the man and be a provider. And that is a price, right? And men are paying upfront costs, right? Even before they marry you, even before they even know if you're going to be their wife or not. They're lifting upfront price. They're giving upfront costs, and you women are accepting it. You guys are receiving payment, which means entails that the expectations that y'all giving this guy is for this price is what I'm selling myself for. So therefore, if you're selling yourself, then you need to uphold your end of the fucking bargain. See, men, we pay for loyalty. Women, y'all demand loyalty and y'all don't even pay for it. Y'all get it, y'all ask it for free. Y'all ain't, if you tell a woman, if a man tell a woman, look, you want me to get rid of all my other girls? Yeah. You have to pay me. She's like, hell no. If you tell a woman, hey, I want you to be faithful to me and loyal to me, and you go, hey, that costs, she's gonna be hell no. But what women do when they talk about exclusivity, because they got 3 or 4 guys getting at them, jockeying for position. Hey, I want to boo you up. I want to boo you up. Y'all say, oh, well, first of all, the one I like the most, okay. And then the one you like the most, you say, hey, you want this seat in this chair? You're going to have to pay. Y'all don't say it that way, but it's the insinuation is there, right? Oh, so now at the end of the marriage, a guy in $100-some thousand into investing in you, you say, I'm not happy no more. So we do understand that you guys come with a cost. So therefore, it's more expectations for you guys to keep your end of the bargain. That means don't be arguing with me. You need to keep that coochie exclusive because I'm paying for this shit. The fuck? I'm paying for this shit. And that was you. You the one put the deal on the table. You the one put the deal on the table. Okay, you want this? I would have took you. I would just dated you and we could just have sex and have a situationship. But you're like, no, that's not how I am. I'm not that kind of woman. I don't have sex outside of a commitment. Okay, fine. I like you enough to do this. And then you say, okay, this is the price. So that's where I say it's different for women. And I put more onus on you guys because you guys are accepting the expensive gifts, the lifestyle. So the expectations is you guys are obligated to finish the contract that you structured for yourself. The women are making their own contracts with the men. That means you're obligated to live out your fully guaranteed contract that you put yourself in. Nobody forced you. Nobody put a gun in your head. Now, this is where I'm going to have to get on the men. And this is where Mella is. I have to agree with Mella on this. You can't buy loyalty, nigga. And if you think for 1 minute that money and time and good dick and emotional support is good enough to keep a woman from liking another man, you got to be delusional. Because we do know that women are enslaved to their emotions. And we do all know that emotions are fleeting. So for you to invest in a unstable emotional creature and expect her not to act in those emotions is another insane propagation. Us men have to understand women change with the weather because of they're attached to their emotions and with the way they feel. So you do have to understand the woman that you're investing in or putting up the money for, she might change. Her feelings may change through the course of time. And this is just the reality of dealing with a woman. Now, this can happen to men too. I'm not saying it can't happen to men. Men, we can, but it's not as much because we don't really go on our emotions too much. We're more logical, rational, and we believe in the nuclear family more, right? Because a man typically, if he divorced his wife or his baby mama leave him, there's no way he's trying to sign up to deal with a baby daddy. I mean, not a baby daddy, but a stepdaddy. That's one. Two, right? Women typically are not good in this dynamic, so it either makes it worse. And three, it's just easier to, deal with having your kids and the woman you love under one roof. It's just easier to, I guess, feel as a family. But women, obviously and respectfully, don't give a fuck about that shit. So we men have to understand women do not align with us. They're not looking for leaders. Women are not looking for you to serve you or cater to you. Women are selling no guarantees, meaning when that contract, when she make that monogamous contract with you, there's a no guarantee clause in there. That means there's no guarantee she's gonna love you the same way she loved you today. So therefore, us men have to be responsible on the fucking contracts we take. We have to be responsible on the deals we make in negotiations with these women. We have to own up to this. And that's the fact of the matter. We can't blame the woman. We can't blame the woman anymore because now we understand how they are. The Queenmaker said it. A lot of these women said, hey, they don't need a man. They want to visit their line of independence. If they feel that you're not good for them, they have no problem with divorcing you. They have no problem with getting rid of you and replacing you. So we have to understand when we're dealing with women, they are their own entities. They are their own autonomy. And they have a right, if they want to walk away. And this is what you're invested in. So I got another video. Let's go back to this one.
And I just don't understand it, man.
Polite Savages, Lady Polite Savages, I'm not going to make your Devontae Murray feel bad all by himself. Where lo, yo, ho, and behold, Akash Singh, the co-host of Flagrant Podcast with Andrew Schultz, being accosted in ether by the Fresh and Fit podcast, exposing that his so-called virgin wife was not a virgin all along, putting Akash Singh in a truly bad place, where his wife Jalene Singh on the Main Character podcast divulges and airs out all her dirty laundry, revealing she was never a virgin as she so claimed, telling anyone willing to hear about how many guys that jumped in her cockpit and took her for a test flight.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this: do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, "What?" She was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap. Said it, and then I was like,
when she said, "I'm a virgin," you went, your heart exploded.
Yeah, I was
that's great.
so happy.
Yeah, that's for
so
sure.
relieved.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it felt right. It was like, oh, God brought me this person that like we already connected, and like she also isn't having sex.
The guy that I was kind of with right before him was also a virgin. I didn't know you were a virgin too. So I was a virgin too when I met him.
Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was pop and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet, his body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
Thanks for being on the main character pod. We love you. We hate you.
I guess
we respect
we
you.
love you, but I actually love you and all of all of love you.
Trust me when I say that with a wife like this, you do not need no damn enemies.
Okay, I have two butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook. And I like woke up in the morning and like my was a little sore. Oh my God.
Do you know why I think I have like a good marriage? I think it's because my husband's never here. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm using my husband for clout, and yeah, that's exactly what it is. I am leveraging the support I have. It's kind of like nepotism, but like through my husband, so like spousal nepotism.
Can you be kind to a woman and expect respect in this Western world, America?
You should. You should be able to, but as of recently,
Because I'm telling you, man, almost every woman I was kind to wind up getting from somewhere else because I didn't
Oh my
obey.
God, wait a second. Oh, you mean like in a relationship or just like saying hi?
Every woman I was kind to got by somebody else.
So, polite savages, lady polite savages, I do have a question for all of you. Who do you think takes first place? Akash Singh or Devontae Murray in having the most disrespectful wife on the internet? But I know, yo-ho, wait a minute, there's also Jada Pinkett.
Oh shit.
As well as Aisha Curry. But in my humble opinion, polite savages, well, I think Devontae Murray is the biggest loser of them all. Wifing up and having a baby mama with a single mom. Now, ladies, don't get your panties all up in a bunch with all things being equal. You look at the profile of all these different ladies. Jania Michelle is the only one that brings a kid into the relationship when compared to all the other women. If you're gonna have to deal with a disrespectful woman in the first place, then it's really the option without any kids. Because this man has invested into a kid emotionally, mentally, and monetarily with a kid that is not his.
These hoes ain't loyal. Yeah. These hoes ain't loyal. And it's okay. Men, we have to see, this is the mistake us men keep making. We keep trying to wipe these girls out. We keep trying to have a long-term, healthy relationship with people who don't want to have healthy relationships. We got to see women for what they are. They're living in their truth. And we ain't going to change them. It's just no way we're going to change these women. These women are going to continue to grow into individual, independent women. And a man is only good for them is he can make better their lives or progress their lives, further them. And then till they're done with that, then off to the next or back to the ex. So this is the reality of dating in 2025. Short-term investments are the most secure and valuable way to deal with women. Long-term, you lose. What you got to say, Mella?
I was wondering if there are statistics about the success of arranged marriages? And what are your thoughts about arranged marriages?
Well, typically arranged marriage works if, number one, if all the women got to be super poor and uneducated, and the husband got to be super rich, then I think arranged marriages works. But in America, with educated women who are able to make money, it's not even close. It's not even a possibility.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you got your mind made up that it's a hopeless thought. So all I can be is Carol Net at this time, spending time with you on this panel. I can just be funny with you, right? Hilarious. I can just come out the box with something that'll make you, enchanted enough to laugh with me. Are you ready? Are you ready?
No, I'm not.
Of course you're not, because you got a case of the supposed tos, and that's understandable. What I have in mind is a song, because while you're displaying all this and saying all this, I'm thinking about duality, right? How, it could really be anybody caught up in these situations, like literally anybody. It could be a man caught up in the concept, I paid for your loyalty, you better stick to it. Or a woman that's wealthy and she was like, I paid for your loyalty, you better stick to it. Anybody could get caught up with these expectations of, I paid, quote unquote, for your loyalty. You didn't have to accept the deal, but you did, and now you want to sit up here and renege on the deal. That's not cool. There are consequences for that. God forbid people break the law to execute their consequences, but there's a consequence for people that break deals. Because you're right, if it wasn't explained that one's philosophy is, I got everything you need, I want to offer it to you. The deal is that you give me your loyalty. And then they change their mind over a course of time. That's fucked up. And there's some consequences for that emotional disappointment, right? So
Yeah.
I get it. What I'm gonna offer you is a chance to sing with me a song that represents duality. It's called Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Baby. Okay? I'm gonna put the lyrics in the back chat and we're gonna sing it together. We ain't gonna do it.
Hell no. I don't sing. I was
I'll sing it to you. I'll sing it to you. Okay. Not a problem. I'll sing it to you. Let me bring it up. I'm not gonna play the music. These are just lyrics. Okay. I'm not asking you to play music. Okay. So what's really interesting about this song, or rather these lyrics, is that it introduces a girl, quote unquote, a girl as the interest. But when I examine these lyrics, a man could actually be in this shit. So I'm gonna switch it over to the man. I've got a man who's always late. Anytime we have a date, but I love him. Yes, I love him. I'm gonna walk right up to his gate and see if I can get it straight. 'Cause I want him. I'm gonna ask him, is you is or is you ain't my baby? The way you acting lately makes me doubt. Yours is still my baby, baby. Seems my flame in your heart's done gone out. A man is a creature that's always been strange. Just when you're sure of one, you'll find he's gone and made a change. So Is you is or is you ain't my baby. Maybe baby's found somebody new. Or is my baby still my baby true? And those are the lyrics, right? And so then there's a woman's version for those who are Tom and Jerry fans. They might have seen Tom, playing the song and everything to a female cat lady. But just think about it. My emphasis is on duality. When it comes to these unstable relationships, when it comes to deceitfulness, when it comes to deception, there's duality. Anybody could be anybody until they commit. And the commitment has to be demonstrated in a way that's not easy to get out of, otherwise known as marriage. That's the contract. Okay. And what I would find unfortunate is that the family law system does cater to women. And I don't see men doing anything to, make it fair for the everyday person. If you got a lot of money, oh yeah, you're gonna get your way. But if you are just a regular everyday person, like a man that attempts to fight a woman for spousal support, child support, and all these other financial methods of enforcement, then you ain't got a shot in family court. It errs on the side of a woman. That's a fact. So, is this your chief complaint, that society has elevated women and you got a problem with that?
No.
Women got the upper hand when it comes to family court. All she got to do is convince you to marry her, and she got the backup of the family court system when she decides to change her mind. Is that your problem?
Nope.
What's your problem?
Is men need to start accepting this. That's the problem. We got to embrace it, that this is the women that we're dealing with are our biggest threat.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's
women,
a strong word, brother.
yeah, because the women are
Why
using
is it a threat? That's a
because,
strong word.
because the women because they're showing and proving day to day that they are using the system against us.
Mm-hmm.
When they get mad, when their emotions get to flipping and switching, they go into the system and say, "Okay, sick them, get them."
Okay, so when it comes to children who now have this, and I apologize for switching it up, but I'm just trying to make a connection regarding the authority sense, like who establishes oneself as quote unquote the authority, and how far that authority is allowed to go. In the legal system, children have this phone number to call if they're mad at their parents, or God forbid their parents are in fact abusing them. And my point is that these laws have been developed through extensive research to determine that the most vulnerable gets the benefit against who is deemed to be most likely the aggressor. It would seem, according to the family court system and other, things in place that allow people to reach out, men are, how can I put this? Scientifically speaking, through a lot of clinical research, men have been determined to be the ones who would aggress themselves. And, and you know, you're saying like women leave us, women leave us, women leave us. It's like you're painting a picture that women have become the aggressors, and I just want to establish where that came from. Like, in the world that you're discussing, I'm not talking about, regular people that don't intend to harm others. I'm discussing the type of atmosphere you've mentioned about women who are conniving and manipulative and scheming and all this other kind of stuff. That comes from somewhere. But according to clinical research, it is a man's nature, just like it's a man's nature to not be with one woman, it's a man's nature to aggress himself, according to clinical research. Could that possibly be the reason why women leave a man? Like, she has legal protections not to put up with a man aggressing himself towards her. Like, like a man who's worked hard all day and come into the house, slamming the door, talking crazy. And she's scared. Like, I don't know if he gonna take his frustrations out on me. And after a period of time, she's like, you know what? I'm out. I ain't got to deal with his mood swings. I don't have to deal with this. And you're saying that because you paid her way to be at home in the first place, she's supposed to deal with it. Emphasis on the case of the supposed to's. She's supposed to deal with it because you paid her way to be at home and not have to work. She's supposed to deal with that.
Well, once again, right? Those days are over. Happy wife, happy life is the new ideology for the last 20 years. It's been that way for white men for at least 100 years. The Asian men for about 200 years. But now, in the last 50 years, that's been
Do you think a woman is supposed to put up with random aggression just because you are paying for her comforts? Do you believe that?
If you are being say
the answer is yes, most likely.
If you're being unruly, yes.
And there it is. Like, you think it's cool to give whatever type of shit you're gonna throw at her just because she accepted this opulent lifestyle, right? It's like you accepted this offer of an opulent lifestyle. You should have known. You should have known that I'm gonna come out of a box at any given moment on your ass. You should have known. Like, ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. You think I'm gonna give you this opulent lifestyle for you to lay around and paint your nails and figure out, what girlfriend you gonna call? Hell no. You are going to make up for this money I'm investing in you. And you think somebody's supposed to put up with that, right?
So once again, right, what you're talking about, if I'm paying for your lifestyle and you to be in a place of comfortability, and I come home and I don't find out you've been out.
No, she ain't been out. She ain't been nowhere. You just tripping.
No, that just doesn't happen.
That does happen.
No.
Men come home tripping.
And if it is,
this attitude, you've been here all day, and I've been out encountering things that I'd rather not. Since you got the privilege of sitting home, not dealing with what I had to deal with, I'm gonna make you pay for what I dealt with, right?
We can't quantify that.
I'm gonna take my frustrations out on you because you're here, right?
I don't hear women complaining about that.
Then why are they leaving them? Why are they leaving?
The women are leaving for finances, lack of commitment from the women, and
they're leaving because of money,
infidelity. Those are what women are living for.
Okay, I got one for you.
Yeah,
Why did Eddie Murphy's wife divorce him?
I don't know.
Eddie Murphy got plenty of money. Plenty of money.
The same thing why
And she left him.
Tyrese's wife left him. Aisha Curry said she graduated from marriage. So some women, they want to graduate because they no longer want to be under a rich man's thumb.
No, because they be tripping. They be tripping.
I don't know about that. I've not heard women.
And you're not acknowledging that men have mood swings that are based in emotions. You're not acknowledging that.
I think it's the other way around. I think it's the women.
And this is where you're gaslighting us, right? You're making it seem like men are immune to having emotional responses.
Okay. So
emotions are not designated for women. Men have emotions.
Okay, so let me say this, Bella. I'm not saying men are perfect.
But you have emotions.
So once again, let me finish what I'm saying. Once again, to the women, you signed up for someone who wasn't perfect. So why the fuck are you leaving? If we both are imperfect, right? I mess up, you mess up. We both have something wrong with us. Why is one leaving? Why is one parachuting out the journey when we both said we love each other enough to put up with these imperfections?
Because just like the lyrics in the song indicated, it's about being strange. No one wants to acknowledge that they paired up with a strange person, and let alone be prepared to deal with it. Everybody gets together under the case of the supposed twos. Like I said earlier in this live stream, the problem is the case of the supposed twos. Everybody approaches pair bonding with a case of the supposed to. You supposed to do, like, say something as like, you supposed to open my door for me. You supposed to have my meal ready. You're supposed to. This is the problem. People come into these pair bonding relationships with a case of the supposed to. I'm telling you that from the heart. That's some for real shit. This is why relationships have dissolved and moved on, because people have yet to understand that they're coming into a relationship with a case of the supposed to's.
So in that case, then once again, right, that limit only falls on the women, right? For the most part. Men too, when it comes to loyalty, I guess, loyalty and cooperation, because men think that because they're paying and providing a lifestyle of somewhat for this,
the supposed to's. Yeah.
Okay, but reason why it's more on a woman, because the woman is taking that deal. She's saying, I'm giving this back to you for this money. So it's not like he's forcing her. She's saying, okay, and this is not only was he put an offer up, this was her expectations. Right? She expected him. She expected him to pay for those things, right? She expected him to that. If he won't,
and he expects her not to go outside without his permission, right?
And in return, the woman is offering this to him, though.
Like she's signing up to be a slave, is what you're saying.
Mela, what I'm saying is the women.
No, you want a slave.
For the money, women.
Men want slaves.
No, how we want slaves?
And now you're angry because women can afford not to be slaves.
Mela's trying to come up here and twist my. Okay, Mela. No, men don't want slaves. Men want you to do what you do. Like they want you to be able to.
Men want slaves, and you're angry because women can afford to not be slaves.
No, it's the opposite.
That's all this is about. The case of the supposed to's. Women were supposed to be our slaves.
I'm going to finish my statement, Mela. Women are the one with the higher expectations. Women are the one with the greater expectations for men, right? Men typically acquiesce to women, right? For the most part, men don't.
I got 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes, then I gotta go.
Okay, I'm gonna say this last part. I'm gonna let you finish. Men typically acquiesce to women, right? They don't come in. Men don't come in with demands and expectations. The women come in looking to conform to that woman's standards, right? So that man won't even approach that good-looking woman, and as in he's economically capable of taking care of that woman because he knows to get that attractive woman over there, that her expectation will be to make him her man or her future husband will be he will have to take care of her. So the men, we don't come in with a whole bunch of expectations. We come in trying to be the best suitor for that woman. The woman is the one with the expectations. Now, and the woman with her expectations is saying to the man who's meeting those expectations, okay, for that, you meeting my expectation, the price that you're paying, I'm going to give you back loyalty. I'm going to give you forever. I'm going to give you the ring. I'm going to accept the ring. I'm going to accept the wedding because I'm giving it to you because you earned it. This is her pay. She's paying back. This is the product that she's giving him that he's paying for. So this falls on the woman. This is why they leave the most. This is why y'all leave the most because what? Y'all have everything to gain and nothing to lose because y'all don't invest in men. So when y'all think about it, y'all evaluate, damn, why am I here? Like you said, Mella, why I got this? Why this? Why I'm here when I can just I ain't got no money invested in him. But we've been together 10 years. What I spent with about $2,000? That ain't shit. Got him a couple birthday gifts and some socks and a t-shirt for his Father's Day. Then y'all say, oh, did I get the kids too? And he's going to give me a check? So yeah, you guys are out of there. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck if we go broke. It's all about me. And y'all are the self-centered ones. You guys aren't, because you guys don't want to pay. You guys don't even want to attempt to pay the money back. Even though the man isn't asking for the money back, right? But you guys don't even make the gesture to say, you know what? I feel I want to pay you the money back. Or at least perform for the money which you're paying me. Go ahead, Melanie.
All right. I got 3 words. Or rather, I'm going to say this. And then I got to go. I want you to put the link to this panel in the chat room since I don't have a wrench. I can't do it for you. So that somebody else can, talk to you about this because there's more to be discovered. And I'm going to leave with this. Mary J. Blige.
All right, Rufus is going to end the show. Thank y'all for coming. Hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Until the next show. Thank you.